Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
The hell with that.
Oh! Ah, yeah. There's something in there. Ah!
Come on, Lynn.
Thank you.
It was worth it.
Oh, man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey, man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh, God. No. Come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is... Oh! What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. He's dead. He ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't watch it. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. You just can't. What do you mean you can't?
He won't let go.
What do you mean he won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there. No, just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach, hug him up.
He's breathing. On the other side.
Go.
I can't do it.
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this loss.
I can't breathe.
Hey, I can't breathe. I'm so upset. I can't breathe. Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky.
Get the stick.
Yeah. Hey, do you the meat stick?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, that's no worries. I got it.
Oh, what an awesome day for a pump, dude.
Yeah, I gotta take it easy. Doc says if I exert myself, I will die.
You overexert yourself, you will die.
I'll tell you what, you finish the workout, all these could be yours. That looks good. A little bit of honey ham for the ham. Get after it, and that's your, get after it, and that's your treat. Hey, do the exercise, do the work, then you get the reward. That's how this works, man. You gotta give it max effort, maximum effort. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big hams. Make it work, those hams. Work them. Putting in the work. Yeah, baby. Yes. Dude, this is a spicy workout. Gotta make it worth it. Building the beef and bringing home the bacon, baby. I'm loving it. Teriyaki is just about within your reach. Come on, get you some. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Maximum effort. Maximum effort. You're there. You're almost there.
That's so worth it.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days
Has a
ago.
dog been digging in here?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
The hell with that.
Oh! Ah, yeah. There's something in there. Ah!
Come on, Lynn.
Thank you.
It was worth it.
Oh man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh God! No. Come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is. Oh. What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. He's dead. He ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't put it. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. What do you mean you can't?
He won't let go.
What do you mean he won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there. No, just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach. Hug him up.
He's breathing. On the other side.
Go.
I can't.
Just-
I can't do it.
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this loss.
I can't breathe.
Hey, I can't breathe. I'm so upset. I can't breathe. Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky. Hey, get the stick.
Yeah.
Hey, did you get the meat stick?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, it's no worries. I got it.
Oh, what an awesome day for a pump, dude.
Yeah, I gotta take it easy. Doc says if I exert myself, I will die.
You overexert yourself, you will die.
I'll tell you what, you finish the workout, all these could be yours. That looks good. A little bit of honey ham for the ham. Get after it, and that's your, nope, get after it, and that's your treat. Hey, do the exercise, do the work, then you get the reward. That's how this works, man. You gotta give it max effort, maximum effort. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big hams. Make it work, those hams. Work 'em. Putting in the work. Yeah, baby. Yes. Dude, this is a spicy workout. Make it worth it. Building the beef and bringing home the bacon, baby. I'm loving it. Teriyaki is just about within your reach. Come on, get you some. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Maximum effort. Maximum effort. You're there. You're almost there.
That's probably worth it.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days
Has a
ago.
dog been digging in there?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
The hell with that.
Yeah, there's something in there.
Want one?
Thank you.
It was worth it.
Oh man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh, God. No. Come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is... Oh! What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. He's dead. He ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't watch it. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. What do you mean you can't?
Won't let go.
What do you mean he won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there. No, just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach. Hug him up.
He's breathing. On the other side.
Go.
I can't.
Just-
I can't do it.
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this loss.
I can't breathe.
Hey, I can't breathe. I'm so upset. I can't breathe. Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky. Hey, get the stick. Hey, did you get the meat stick?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, that's no worries. I got it.
Oh, what an awesome day for a pump, dude.
Yeah, I gotta take it easy. Doc says if I exert myself, I will die.
You overexert yourself, you will die.
I'll tell you what, you finish the workout, all these could be yours. That looks good. A little bit of honey ham for the ham. Get after it, and that's your, nope, get after it, and that's your treat. Hey, do the exercise, do the work, then you get the reward. That's how this works, man. You gotta give it max effort, maximum effort. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big hams. Make it work, those hams. Work 'em. Putting in the work. Yeah, baby. Yes. Dude, this is a spicy workout. Gotta make it worth it. Building the beef and bringing home the bacon, baby. I'm loving it. Teriyaki is just about within your reach. Come on, get you some. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Maximum effort. Maximum effort. You're there. You're almost there.
That's so worth it.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days
Has a
ago.
dog been digging in there?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
Hell with that.
Oh, yeah. There's something in there. Ah!
Want one?
Thank you.
It was worth it.
Oh, man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey, man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh, God. No. Come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is... supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. He's dead. He ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't put it. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. What do you mean you can't?
He won't let go.
What do you mean he won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there. Now just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach. Hug him up.
He's breathing. On the other side.
Go.
I can't.
Just-
I can't do it. Help!
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this loss.
I can't breathe.
Hey, I can't breathe. I'm so upset. I can't breathe. Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky. Hey, get the stick. Hey, do you the meat stick?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, it's no worries. I got it.
Oh, what an awesome day for a pump, dude.
Hey, I gotta take it easy. Doc says if I exert myself, I will die.
You overexert yourself, you will die.
I'll tell you what, you finish the workout, all these could be yours. That looks good. A little bit of honey ham for the ham. Get after it, and that's your get after it, and that's your treat. Hey, do the exercise, do the work, then you get the reward. That's how this works, man. You gotta give it max effort, maximum effort. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big hams. Make it work, those hams. Work 'em. Putting in the work. Yeah, baby. Yes. Dude, this is a spicy workout. Gotta make it worth it. Building the beef and bringing home the bacon, baby. I'm loving it. Teriyaki is just about within your reach. Come on, get you some. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Maximum effort. Maximum effort. You're there. You're almost there.
That's so worth it.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days ago.
Dog been digging in there?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
Hell with that.
Oh, yeah, there's something in there.
Come on.
Thank you.
It was worth it.
Oh, man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey, man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh, God. No. Come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is. Oh. What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. He's dead. He ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't put it. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. You just. What do you mean you can't?
Won't let go.
What do you mean you won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there. No, just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach. Hug him up.
He's breathing.
From the other side.
Go.
I can't.
Just-
I can't do it. Help!
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this loss.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, I can't breathe. I'm so upset. I can't breathe. Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky. Hey, get the stick. Hey, did you get the meat stick?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, that's no worries. I got it.
Oh, what an awesome day for a pump, dude.
Yeah, I gotta take it easy. Doc says if I exert myself, I will die.
You overexert yourself, you will die.
I'll tell you what, you finish the workout, all these could be yours. That looks good. A little bit of honey ham for the ham. Get after it, and that's your, nope, get after it, and that's your treat. Hey, do the exercise, do the work, then you get the reward. That's how this works, man. You gotta give it max effort, maximum effort. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big hams. Make it work, those hams. Work 'em. Putting in the work. Yeah, baby. Yes. Dude, this is a spicy workout. Make it worth it. Building the beef and bringing home the bacon, baby. I'm loving it. Teriyaki is just about within your reach. Come on, get you some. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Maximum effort. Maximum effort. You're there. You're almost there.
That's so worth it.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days ago.
Dog been digging in there?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
Hell with that.
Oh, yeah. There's something in there. Ah!
Want one?
Thank you.
It was worth it.
Oh, man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey, man, grab me a meat stick.
Welcome back, one and all. We are down to the penultimate week of NECC Valorant. It's the playoffs, folks. It's the upper finals. We got so much going on here, and it's myself, Possible, alongside Vincent, bringing you all the action today.
Dude, I can't believe we're already at the upper finals. It feels like a blink of an eye, and we're already here. And some big upsets as well as we jump into this one. We got Concordia, St. Paul Blue, and Northwood Blue going up against one another. I think big surprise, maybe not the biggest of surprises, but big surprise considering the route in which Concordia had to take an upset over Texas A&M. I think that's impressive, and now they have to do it again against Northwood.
And I mean, at this point, we can hardly even call them upsets. Concordia St. Paul have just looked clean this entire semester. They've only had one loss. They even beat this very Northwood team a couple of weeks ago in round 6 of the regular season, a 2-1 game, neck and neck between the two of them. So although Northwood, of course, we think of Northwood, oh, well, this is one of the collegiate teams, one of the collegiate rosters. Concordia St. Paul, by all accounts, are technically the favorite tonight.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, and look, let's talk about this roster because, there's always, like, question marks. Which Northwood are we getting? here, Paul? Like, what are we actually gonna see?
Literally, who's playing?
Yeah, quite literally. There was none of that BS required in that Week 6 matchup that you're talking about. None of that the case here tonight either. It is the starting five: Benji, Ferbsa, Vix, Dip, and Tuzi going to be taking on the squad on Concordia. Who, like you said, man, they've looked good, and they've looked good honestly because I think they have a pretty darn good map pool. I think they've opened up some options for themselves here.
Absolutely. And I mean, their players are fantastic. They proved themselves this year. Ostino, the only one coming back from last year, but still an absolute menace. That being said, when it comes to maps, I mean, you don't have to have that deep of a map pool for this match, apparently, Vincent. We're not going to anything fancy, anything spicy. No Lotus, Pearl, Icebox. Maybe we'll get to Fracture eventually. But we're starting off on the good old collegiate classic. It's Haven and it's Ascent.
Yeah, listen, I know it is the Collegiate Classic, but I think it's actually a bit of a classic for this matchup too, because they're running it back, right? Fracture was our decider before as well. It's the same 3 maps that we saw in Week 6. That one was 2-1, as you said, in the favor of Concordia. I also think it's huge because these guys got like a free buff with the map pool, the way that things went, because they ended up losing a map that they had lost 3 times in Bind, and then picking up a map in Ascent that clearly they like, that they're willing to play, and then they beat Northwood on immediately thereafter. I think that's crazy timing for Concordia to get away with this. This is incredible, and I think that, talk about fortune, that's one way to take a win into playoffs.
Hey, look, they say to be the best, you got to be good, but you also got to be lucky. So Concordia St. Paul looking to get the best of both those worlds here. I think, honestly, though, despite what we would think from last time, I think because these are such consistent maps, because these are maps that just everybody in collegiate plays these maps, right? I think it's a pretty open affair as to who actually wins on each individual map. I think starting hot on every map, getting a good pistol, getting a good first half is going to be important regardless.
I think that's fair. I think that, I wouldn't disagree. We'll put it that way with that take. What I will say, though, is that I think it's most important, not that Concordia can't win on Fracture. That's what they did before. That was really tight, though. I really want to see for them, we know what, they were able to do on Ascent before. They've got to recreate that. But I think Haven actually super defining factor for this. Because, I think that Northwood, that forever has been their home ground, right? Like, and it's proven this semester that is no different. They've been playing a bunch of Haven. I don't think they've lost a Haven, in fact, as well. So, I think for me, it's about the way Concordia look onto Haven, and if we get to a Fracture, they need to look good enough on Haven. They need to be in the game, right? To get into a good Fracture with like a solid mindset. I know I'm looking forward a lot there, but that's just kind of where I'm at, because I expect this to go 3. I don't see this changing necessarily unless we just get a crazy individual popping off in a way that's unsustainable but that can win you a map. That seems like what we should get again.
I think both teams would obviously be most comfortable if it went 2 maps, but it's hard to say whether or not it'll be that linear, especially a lot of the times in collegiate, especially if you're going to go for the salty run back, right? To me, from Northwood, that screams, we didn't play our best last time. We know what we did wrong. We can show up and we can do better. I've been casting this team a long friggin' time, and if they are willing to run the maps back, it's because they felt they messed up. Not that you beat them, that they felt they beat themselves. So I coming from the Northwood perspective, I have to imagine that they feel pretty confident despite the previous loss they took to CSP.
Yeah, I do think it's hard, right? Because it's so frustrating sometimes to watch this Northwood team, because I do feel like it is often about their individual willingness to go hard, right? Like do they, how much do they care, right? And it feels like, just gonna say, if you go and beat them, they gonna care a lot, and that's what scares me for this matchup for Concordia. Not that I think Concordia are bad. I think that Concordia did a great job all the way throughout this regular season. Like you said, 1 loss, even if that was, I'll be real, a little bit of a more of a questionable one. That was to OC, who overall has had a pretty awful season. That was early in the season, so you can forgive that. What I think is scary is that you run it back in a space where Northwood have all of the possibilities to watch back what went wrong and fix all those little mistakes and ensure that doesn't happen again.
Northwood are certainly the type of team to hold a grudge to confirm what you were going with there. CSP, though, on the other side of things, I don't think there's a reason that they wouldn't come into this confident either, though. I mean, you know, you beat Northwood the first time. Again, the only loss they have this whole season is like that one. I don't want to call it a fluke because I think that undermines OC's performance, but
Yeah.
You know, that one outlier of a match against OC Esports, we'll call it. They even managed to beat TAMU. We know TAMU are one of the best teams in all of Collegiate Valorant. They were in the other group as well, so they beat arguably the best team of Group B. They conquered Group A pretty effectively. So what can't they do is the question CSP have to ask themselves.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, for me, CSP can actually do this again. There's no reason that I think that they can't. They've shown that off. Like I said, my worries are not about them. I think it's more about, you know, Northwood and their mindset coming into this. Because I think CSP have been proven to us, Paul, that they're down to do what they've been doing. They've done it all season. They've been continuing to build. They've been improving. I talked about how I think that their map pool is good. Like this is a team that has like a very good like 6 map pool basically. Even though, you know, sure, it's, you know, not equal strength across that pool. Like they have a perma and then they play everything else. Like there's not a lot of teams in collegiate that do that. That to me tells me this is a team that works well together. They've got good coaching, that they're able to, you know, get that practice in consistently. Like I love all of these things about Concordia. I just struggle. There's some aura around Northwood when you come back and try to do the run back.
Yeah, Northwood's always been one of those teams that likes to just check you in the vibes department first. But while we're waiting on the teams to start us off here, our first map, Haven, if I'm not mistaken, right? Taking a look at it, I'm trying to take a look. No, they both played the pretty normal compositions, right?
Yeah.
So Haven was the second map during their last time. So it's all the same maps, but we have the order flipping around a little bit here. So Haven will be first, and that was the map that Northwood did end up winning. And their last time, perfect mirror match of a composition. And that's the sweet spot for Northwood. They want you to play that good old collegiate special, right? The Jet, Omen, Sova, Breach, and then, you know, Sentinel of your choice, Cypher or Killjoy, right? But looking at the first map, Ascent is where things get a little bit stranger.
Yes.
I don't know if you've taken a look at their composition, Vincent, but the Deadlock Clove Reyna Jet on Ascent, that was map 1, too. Do we feel like they're going to run that part back? I'm not so confident.
You jumped into the weeds, and I'm down for it, because, yeah.
Look, we got time, apparently.
I also don't think that they're going to do that. I was kind of like, I was leaving that one maybe to like, pop up, but yeah, dude, I'm not going to use the T word, but that was a little silly, I would say, generally speaking. Not that it can't work, but I think that, you know, that was a wake-up call, and a wake-up call that they got, and then CSP continued to prove it on Fracture. That was in week 6, but yes. I'm right there with you. I think that the scare for me here is Haven not being, if it's, you know, somehow not competitive, which I think it should be. I think that you know, that mirror matchup, it's one that, as much as Northwood are good, you know, this is a matchup that we've seen a bunch of times. These are very experienced players on Concordia. They have just as much, you know, experience with playing this type of composition on a map like Haven. That's where my worries start, because it's clear to me that Northwood started that last series off a little goofy, and things got much less goofy as Fracture, the third map, continued forward.
And we've been talking about things that sound like Northwood. Oh, they vibe check. Oh, they hold a grudge. Starting off a little bit goofy also sounds like Northwood. I love the Northwood guys, but they can get a wee bit silly at times. And I can't say that the Reyna Clove is something I ever expect to see in a series where they are putting 100% effort into it. Obviously, the series is still hey, if your opponent's going to underestimate you, that's their fault. Right? So CSP, that win's a win. And I'm not even counting that win out because they managed to take him down on Fracture too. That was a very competitive map. But I got good news, folks. We're finally ready for map number 1. Let's take a look at the comps we're getting in Haven. Is it a mirror? Show me the collegiate special. Ooh, what? All right. Northwood, are we starting silly again? Although I will say this is not nearly as silly as the Ascent comp we were just talking about. ISO and Deadlock are very real picks when it comes to this map.
Yeah, not silly, but but very different. I think that's a fair way to put this thing, because you know what? I don't think this is what I had anticipated. I didn't have this one down on the bingo card, but you know, Benji's been good on the deadlock. I think that's been a little bit of a pocket pick for Benji every once in a while. And dude, Vix is killer on the ISO. Like it's a little bit of a terrifying matchup, because this has got to be a little bit unexpected, right, for Concordia. I think now they got to settle down and figure out, okay, how do we just continue to do our own thing? Like, plan is set, we're gonna run it, despite what Northwood are looking to do. Because for me, if you're prepping this Haven, you're prepping against the breach comp, and there ain't no breach here, there ain't no nothing that you're used to seeing.
And I mean, honestly, ISO is like walking into the batting range, not having hit a ball yet, and going for a home run, going for a slammer, right? Like it is starting with a heat check. So you were talking about momentum. You were talking about how this map has to be close. It would have been true had we had mirrors, and now it's even more true with an ISO in the lobby.
Can I amend that statement slightly real fast?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think close is maybe the wrong word. Competitive is what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The box score for me doesn't matter that much. What does matter is the way CSP, win or lose, whatever is happening. They need to be in this game. They need to be in this map specifically. That's kind of where I'm at.
Fortunately, it does seem like we have a tech pause.
What?
So we might have another minute or two.
Oh, dude, I don't even know where to start thinking about this. With the deadlock, it's just feels like it's so different than when you're running with a Cypher, especially defensively.
Yeah, the deadlock focuses a lot on garage control, right? Garage control, and then a quick pivot to B if you're able to. But it's not that full stop you get from the Cypher or the Killjoy, right? It's not as controlling. It's very much you pick one section and you have absolute dominance over it, but you don't get that same spread on the map. You don't get that same access that the Cypher or the Killjoy does.
Yeah, a little domain expansion often in Garage, as you highlight. It is going to be El Clasico. True. El Clasico to start things out. It's the long A attack. We're going to fight for this by the look of things for Concordia. All of that utility, though, going to ward them off. They think, okay, wait, that's a hefty amount of presence here. Maybe we just slow things down.
Vic's already looking to take this fight. Not willing to pop shield to go for it, though. That flash really didn't get as much as Concordia St. Paul were hoping for. They really needed that pick so that they could start scaling up toward A. But the fact that Ferbsa is able to get away from it makes this all the more tricky. Ferbsa scaling. Oh, this is risky.
Ooh,
he's going to get caught here. He needs to trade for at least one, if not more. Oh, or he can actually hug the wall and get out of there. That works too.
Lovely timing, though, for Santi. The way that they're kind of pushing and pulling there. Know that Ferbs has had to fall back and looking for a reaction. Santi catches it. That's wonderful stuff. And catches Northwood off guard. So CSP get themselves an opening duel for free almost.
It pulls Dip away, too. He was going to go reinforce the A site, but now he has to come back and play to cover B. Especially now that the Cyber Cage is up. This is very tricky. And I think he would have been heard running away, too. He's running all the way to C so he can try and recon dart C long. That's a nice pick from Tuzi. Yes, he goes down for it, but that's so much information. Hey, 20 seconds. Guys, there's 4 of them in their spawn. So don't worry about it too much. Of course, Vix, unfortunately, didn't expect Santi all the way up there. And now Ferbsa is just getting swarmed. Good for one, of course he is. It's Ferbsa after all. A second to his name, but he runs out of bullets before 3 can be found.
Oh, look at how low they are. This is a little bit of a problem, Dip. It's got a Sheriff as well. Oh, boy. Very winnable. Gets vision on first. Ostino now seen. Cubby in the corner, and now they both are seen. Knows exactly what's up. This Dip. Further aftershock just to play a little of that delay game, and a recon bolt utilized. See how effectively. Whoa, Dip! Oh my God, Dip for 2. That's absurd. Through the box on the first, and he's got the defuse.
And that's why he picks the Sheriff up.
Dude.
This man is nasty with it. absolutely insane. I mean, it was a little bit of a collateral onto Cubby to get him that low. It wasn't even aiming for Cubby. Didn't know he was in short to begin with. He was aiming for Ostino, but I mean, once he knew that Ostino wasn't playing left, once he knew he wasn't playing hell or around default, yeah, I mean, check the box. Why not?
That's a heartbreaker. Talk about do everything right, and Concordia still lose. Literally do he wasn't even swinging. He didn't make a mistake, Paul. He didn't even swing. I'm sad for him. I'm genuinely.
Cool as a cucumber. Oh, Santi not quite quick enough to the trigger there. Ferbsa finds his mark. Now that you've spotted Ferbsa, you know there's an outlaw over there. Feels like you probably want to go for a rotate, but they're actually going into it. Interesting choice from Concordia. They must have a flash teed up. Ready to take him down. Ferbsa senses the pressure, though. He's ready to dodge away if he needs to. Ooh, a little bit late on that dodge. He's getting chased down. Lemur eventually finds him. Dip has... yeah, I mean, the Guardian spam is pretty good. We've already seen he can be kind of lucky. 1 HP for Lemur. At least we'll be able to plant the spike, but I don't think much else. Oh, he doesn't even get the plant. Unlucky.
Yeah. That round, honestly, crazy when you think about the great movement there by Ferbsa, only to be denied by wallbang, and then you follow that up with Dip just spamming constantly with a Guardian through that dark cover. Like, dude, he can't see anything that whole time and gets 3.
That's crazy. I know the new Daredevil season is airing, but I didn't realize Dip just was Daredevil in the lobby. Doesn't need to see you, just it
sonar?
sends you around the corner. Yeah, exactly. Has the sonar.
To be fair, he kind of does.
Apparently.
So.
If he doesn't even have to use it, now he's going for the Hunter's Fury. Recon Bolt will give him the first tag on Lemur. Ooh, nearly a second too, but at least he gets more damage.
It's a classic.
And he escorts Vix so far up into A. Ferbs is here to cross this. I mean, if Concordia come back this way, they're in trouble. Both players spotted, though. The stun will come onto Vix, and he does get found by Lemur. Nice work. Now you gotta chase down Ferbsa, who's only really got the classic. He doesn't want to reload. How do you get that? And pick up a Vandal? Ferbsa, don't you dare get more. Don't you dare, okay. At least he finally gets shut down, but now it's a 2v3. He's got a Guardian here, too. I think body shot would probably be enough. The ping there, Cubby. Don't try and hide around walls. We know what Dip does.
Oh, he's going to get even further information with the Recon Bolt. That's fantastic. Santi and Cubby both here. That was another phenomenal timing, by the way, on a stun. I don't even know where it came from. It's got to be the Astra. That's why they couldn't actually run down Ferbsa. It's because there was a stun that allows Ferbsa to take that 1v1 and escape with another freebie, another frag out of nothing. Now Concordia regroup. 2-on-3, and they have looked to isolate towards B. This is correct if they can get away with it, and I think they will. There's no chance to deny this, I don't think.
Spike definitely gets planted, but Santi's going for a hero play. Jiggle peek too. Good work from Benji. Not falling to that. And Tuzi's got the pinch. All you need is good timing here if you're Northwood to basically secure this round. Bobby knows it's the fight. Timing is fortunate for him. The concuss does fine on his buddy, though, so he's got to come running back, and Benji's ready for him. Oh, falling. That's not how you want to take that fight, Santi. Got to have feet firmly planted. And he's not going to have it. Dip and Benji in tandem put 3 on the board.
There's nothing dominant about any of these rounds at any point right now. I just talked about how it needed to be, like, competitive. This is exactly what I was looking for. It might be 3-0 to Northwood, but that is by dint of just a few small moments. Big win. When you're talking about the early stages of that round, I love how Vix gets escorted up into that elevated position, and I love even better how effective Concordia are at clearing it out. That can be a bit of a surprise for a lot of people. Concordia, no, they are aware of that possibility. That was lovely response from them, considering how difficult of a position that they were put in.
More difficult positions in the days ahead. Concordia pretty much out of money. They'll go for a piecemeal buy here. Bulldog, a stinger, and not much else. Oh, and Ferbs, what a round for him to get cheeky and peek out from grass. Finally not playing on A. That's not the strong side of the map. The one map where Concordia couldn't possibly force A.
No charges left.
Furbza just continuing to be a threat, continuing
I mean,
to
he's
be...
good for another here, surely.
You would think so.
Tucks in. He does get spotted. He swings, though. Almost two. Don't get another classic kill. That would just be wrong. Okay, Benji. Yeah, clean him up.
Something that you're gonna talk about probably a lot of times here for Northwood. They're very good at making sure to arrive on the scene quickly enough. Benji providing the support there for Furbza, who, you know, bites off a little more than he can chew, but that's all part of the plan. To be so aggressive, it's even a surprise. And then Benji there to play recovery should it be necessary. Often not even necessary considering Furbza.
I like how Benji's actually been pretty fluid in this deadlock setup thus far. Has maintained a lot of presence, Garage, but it hasn't been just Garage. Benji's been very, he's been going around the map a lot. He's been willing to rotate pretty quickly. So we can use those walls to assist the rest of the team. Dip already down. Ooh, okay, Furbza eventually gets it. Smoke to create some cover as well. Oh, I don't know if that was the play there, but I guess still has the outlaw. One more knife to his name. Vic's walking him up too, taking contact. They're going further. That's just wrong. Then the shield comes out, nearly costs Cubby his life.
He's so lucky that it doesn't cost him in that moment. Furbza's still searching, hoping for something more. Swaps out the outlaw for a rifle instead. And I just don't know how you respond here if you're Concordia. You've lost so much important map control, and even as you try and take it back in through Garage, Santi meets Tuzi, and on the bad end of that fight, they go down another.
And Vix, tucking away from the owl drone, calls Furbza back. Hey, they droned this way. Might come over A. They're going to try and force their way to B, but Benji's expecting it. The Gravnet, too, just going to stall longer and longer, and look at what's happening on the flank. CSP, they're running out of time because here comes Vix.
Ooh.
He sees him. He's going to wait till the perfect moment. Wait till he starts planting. That's when you strike. 5-0 on the board already. You know, Vincent, you were talking about competitive, how Haven needed to be it. And, not off to the hottest start for that.
No, it's not. And that's the first round where, you know, I was saying before, right, all of the rounds at 3-0, very competitive. True for 4-0 as well. But 5-0, whole different story. Big change in the demeanor there for Northwood. As they just push. They never stop until they're forced to. And in that round, they were never forced. Never a chance for them to stall out.
I mean, look at this. Another eco round for CSP. Unless they start off somehow finding Vix, despite the fact he has a shield. Things are gonna get pretty tricky. That's a pretty bold swing tip, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Pretty?
If you're gonna, you gotta hit some of those. Okay, I mean, he's the body shot bandit right now. Lobbing in shock darts, hoping to finish off some of those targets he softened up. Hey, he gets quite a bit more damage on the lemur.
I mean, he's done the damage, to be fair.
And he's actually going to tuck into this corner. He spams the order. Dip, we know it. You're hankering for a fight, but it's Vix and Furbza who get all the goodies. Okay, I mean, at least a couple punishments coming through there, but Cubby, yeah, he's got no idea. Furbza is right in his face.
I mean, Furbza is shaping up to be having just one of those games where he is an unstoppable monster that has... oh, a lot to be contended with, and I just don't feel like right now Concordia have the answers. That's why they're taking this timeout. Get Chains involved on the mic and maybe talk things over. But even beyond that, I just want to highlight kind of the way Northwood are approaching this, right? We talked about this map and how they like to play it with the other composition, but to be honest with you, they're playing the same style with this different comp, and it seems like they've had some reps on it. Like, they have some, you know, good ideas and good setups with how they want to push that. I mean, that dip round where Vix is getting aggressive, that the Vix and Furbza duo that has been very effective in taking long space as well, even without the breach utility. This has all been, like, incredibly, like, possible for them to take that space. Yeah. They're not hindered in any way.
And I will say, these 6 rounds, I mean, Concordia has just been playing to the strong side of the map. They've just been going A. And I don't even say that because it's Vix and Furbza there. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're having a hell of a game. But I say it because there's 3 players almost always starting on A. And even if you get one of them, Benji is so quick on the rotate too. I would like to see a variance in the strategy here for Concordia. They got one more gun round. Lost bonuses stacking up. Maybe they can squeeze together another in a row here too. But they need to maybe draw some pressure out from Northwood A. Make it feel like Concordia are going to commit that way, and then punish the other side of the map. I mean, Tuzi basically hasn't seen anybody in most of these rounds.
It's true. May not be that easy, though, as Ferbsa takes another opening duel.
Here comes the kill contract. I wouldn't want to be stuck in a box with Vix. Pain is going to live up to his name. He is suffering right now as Vix feasts on him. Here comes Vix again, right out of the kill contract. And hey, Santi is finally going to put at least some pressure on Tuzi. Tuzi doesn't even know he's here.
Santi might get a freebie because of that.
Doesn't
No,
even matter.
he doesn't even get that.
Unlucky.
You know,
Tuzi playing with his heart.
It's not even as simple as kind of what you're highlighting, kind of drawing up. It's an idea that I'm with you on, but you know, the fact that you're on the Astra as opposed to the Omen allows for Tuzi to have a lot more possibilities of playing a delay game, of creating a lot of question marks surrounding this C-side attack. So, like, just trying to target Tuzi on C isn't an answer in and of itself either, which is the scary part. And Tuzi can, you know, as we've been highlighting, provide all of that support for the A attack whilst being here on C and having all those options that I just mentioned.
And look how confident Dip is, man. This ain't even the duelist, but he doesn't need help to swing. Finally, Concordia have picked a round to go A where aren't too many assailants. Ferbsa coming quickly up on the flank, though. You gotta be careful of that angle. That trap wire stops a flank, but it doesn't protect you entirely. Ferbsa will spot anyone leaving, and look, 5 players from Northwood have already swarmed the A site. Concordia, you go forward to meet 4, you go back to meet Ferbsa. Talk about rocks in hard places, Vincent.
No, there's just nowhere to go. I feel like it's a matter of timing here. Good news is for Concordia, all of these ultimates to help them get on.
Gotta be Rolling Thunder, right?
Yeah, and there it is.
Here it comes. That will at least force Northwood off for the moment, but they dodge it beautifully, and that wall is going to slow you down even further. Tuzi with the pull, the recon dart, perfect. Northwood are a machine.
Honestly, though, how could it have gone any differently when there's 4 guys here? Like, I think that's, you know, problem numero uno is Santi open to find a couple of exits. Only one going to be allowed. But yeah,
you ever have 4 shorties jump at you, Vincent?
No, and I'm really glad I have not had the privilege.
Yeah, me neither.
I just think, you know, the failure there isn't Concordia's actual, like, A take. The failure is that Concordia let Northwood close them in so efficiently that they never had a chance.
Concordia finally exploring the other 2, well, the final side of the map. They haven't even been, only Santi has even showed up to the C site this match from Concordia.
Yeah. Well, and part of that is why Northwood feels so confident being able to take all that space early. So, you know, need to suggest like this is even a possibility. All's going to be somewhat effective at slowing them down, but just not fast enough. Oh no, Hunter's Fury is just deadly. Tuzi here, back of the site though, still unable to be dealt with.
CSP have taken too long. Northwood's here. Here comes Ferbsa. Vix on the site. He drops a spike on the floor and gets away. Gets a new shield. Finally, Cubby puts it down, but Ferbsa on the flank still keeps Concordia on their toes. I gotta find a way to recover this spike. Okay, they managed to get it. And Neural Theft too. So Ferbsa is just gonna be stalled out. Doesn't want to give them the information on whether he's chasing or going on the flank.
The Blade Storm feels like this makes it so much more possible, so much more viable.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down.
It allows him to move faster too toward this, right?
Good point.
And still be weaponized. If you could be worried here, if you only had a rifle out, you would have to be clearing all these corners with a rifle. But because he's got the Blade Storm, he gets to go a little bit quicker. Really clear heaven.
Wow.
Did he spot him? I think he caught the tip of the gun. Will have to spend one knife there. Can't quite tag Cubby on the way out either. I think he got one body. There's the head. And all he needs is a body on Santi. Goes for it. Not the right click. I thought he would do it for sure, but he gets it anyways.
Seems like every clutch, every possible moment where there's an advantage for Concordia, it's Northwood to take it all away, and it's Ferbsa to do so this time. A dip before, Ferbsa now, and the Blade Storm is the vehicle in which that happens. Oh, Concordia, it just could not be going worse right now. Remember the one thing that I had said could not happen here that might change the entire analysis of this game? and that was if somebody goes crazy, somebody picks up a game that they are just stunning the world. 18-3, I think that probably tracks.
I have our producer has asked us over under Ferbsa 400 ACS. I'm gonna go one further, over under 500 ACS if he keeps this up.
That's a big opening. Tuesday going down, though, early is a bit of a problem. Benji now has to play that denial, but the spike planter is denied, and now the Hunter's Fury from Dip comes in. He'll grab another, and despite the fact that Benji has gone down, this is now an equalizer.
No contract available, too. Santi on the flank. This is when Santi has to strike. Meanwhile, in the kill contract, things not going well. Oh, and Santi gets one. Dip falls to the other, and it's all on Vix now. He does have that shield. He's not going to bother with Santi. Just wants him to fall off. The spike has yet to be planted. Concordia, they again have a 2v1. Again, a player at half. And again are going to try and leave, go all the way to A, and hope they can win in the clutch.
Cannot be another 1v2. This has to be where Concordia get on the money, get on the mark with their rounds, but it's honestly absurd how similar this is. Another duelist, this time Vix in the clutch, and it's another half HP.
I swear, if Vix walks the exact same way Ferbsa did, around through B, up into heaven, I'm going to lose my mind. Concordia aren't playing together either.
Yeah, that's, I mean, an issue from last round. A little bit more together last round, but this time they are so separated, hoping that the time it takes to clear them out is going to be the issue. And you highlighted before, right? The Bladestorm allows you to move fast. It's not that fast move that Vix has.
I think the stall has been just enough here. He'll have to tap. He gets stunned, though, and that should be it. Finally, Concordia St. Paul are on the board.
Oh, it takes forever. It's 9 rounds before that happens, and it takes them everything. They invested all into that round pretty much to get back into that position, but well worth that investment. Now it's about recovery. 3 rounds is the target.
I mean, three rounds is salvation for Concordia. Turns this into a possible map.
I don't know that Concordia really learned anything. They didn't change anything. It's just that early pick on Natuzi was so effective. That's what allows them to get this round. And, you know, an awesome attempt at a recovery from Northwood is the only thing that stood in their way. They should have had that round a lot easier.
And look how different Northwood are playing here. No one's going to get picked off in the first 20 seconds of this round. I mean, maybe Benji loses a fight to Santi if he clears too much. But he's checking the right corner. Goes around it a little bit slow, but Vix is there for the trade. Northwood never do anything without a reason, even if the reason is just, I want to fight.
Ferbs is in some trouble.
All alone, but he dodges all the util. He's tucked into this corner. Good for one. Almost the second. Couldn't quite find the Sova on the other side. That flash is a harrowing deal, too. Dip can't quite find it either. And, man, I'm getting deja vu on deja vu. We have a 3rd round where we're A with a player at half.
Yeah, Ostino, the player as well.
Would have to go for the clutch.
There's still some stars left here. Availability maybe to goes into use. Tuzi, though, already deep into this. Great work from Ostino. That's another triple from Ostino, who we talked about as kind of the it factor for the CSP team very often. And there he is again, digging him out of this deep grave that currently Northwood are smashing their faces into. A little bit here, a little bit there.
Still good tools, too, for Concordia in this final round of their attacking side. I mean, don't get me wrong, even 3 is not what you were looking for on the attack. I mean, the attack of any map, much less Haven. But the Rolling Thunder is a great tool. The question is, will they rip it immediately? That's what we saw from the earlier Rolling Thunder. They just use it to take the site. I'd love to see that stop a potential flood retake, too. Northwood love to fight, love to interrupt.
Here's what happens when you don't deal with Tuzi immediately. All of this delay that he has available and the escape made. There's that Rolling Thunder.
And there's the Rolling Thunder. Tuzi just falls back. The grab net tees up Lemur. There's an Annihilation too, but that will be broken, certainly. Santi. Oh, the timing is perfect for him. Dip looks away at just the wrong moment. And there's no 1v2 this time. It's Ferbsa on his lonesome versus a Furious 4. Gets tagged by the Owl Drone and everything. Oh, the spam is nasty. And Concordia managed that 3rd round.
Ostino, in so many ways, putting the team on his back, though, to get them those 3 rounds at the very end. Decent enough recovery, considering how bad it looked at the beginning. I do want to reiterate though that so much of that is Ferbsa being like 18-3 at one point, Dip winning that critical 1v2 in the pistol, and then you follow that up by Ferbsa's 1v2. Like, those things are not things that I would really say Concordia did badly or that they could have necessarily adjusted. Like, even that Dip 1v2, man, like dude, they didn't do anything wrong.
Clutches aside, they did spend like 6 rounds banging their head into the A site, though.
That's true.
So now on their defense, I mean, a pistol is pretty much necessary for Concordia St. Paul. And Northwood, I have never seen Northwood play Haven and not go C on pistol, by the way. Cast of this team 4 years on and off. Never have I seen them not go C.
Hey, the spike is not at C. Could be a whole different, Northwood right now.
They started C, but yeah, I don't know how many times I've seen them pivot off it either. So that's certainly something.
I mean, it's been effective. They pull, 2 players there, still hanging out. Now the re-clear comes through. This forces a fight for it early, and Ferbs is late to the party, but that's perfect as Benji fights for it. Santi, that's incredible to get another one out of that situation. 3-on-3 is the spike to go down.
Vix on a long flank here, but does Vix have the time for this? He's got knife out, but meanwhile, Benji and Ferbsa have to be able to hold. They're playing a nice crossfire. And CSP, they were waiting for Ostino to get up top. That's one already. The second not even necessary as Ferbsa holds the line. And Vix comes around. The duelists make it work, and Northwood are in the double digits.
I love that adjustment. I think that the second guy too, Ferbsa being the second guy, sewers and off timing as well, where he's not immediately there, and so he's kind of the second guy to take contact. It sets him up for success. Really well played there, considering that fact from Northwood. Love to see that. Even beyond that though, Northwood tossing a little bit of trickery in there. They got you fooled. They clearly got Concordia fooled a little bit as well.
Apparently. I guess old habits die normally.
I mean, they pulled 3 towards C. Like, that is a fantastic thing.
Whoa, look at this from Concordia, too. They really gambled on trying to run out of A. Unfortunately for them, Northwood, it is the good old bait and switch. Hey, we didn't go C last round, so now we shall.
I know this round shouldn't matter that much, but it just feels like this is curtains.
Concordia have bought into it. It's stingers for them. This would be a broken economy. I mean, when you're down 10-3, you have to try and go for it. The spam is just deadly, though. I mean, come on, man. The vulnerable fort and everything. There's no way. If anyone makes it out the smoke and lives more than a second, I'd be shocked. And it's done in the blink of an eye.
That's why I was just going to say, like, as silly as it sounds, I feel like Concordia, they had already lost that round. They could have just walked away and, like, held what they got, really.
They lost the round the moment Northwood didn't go A.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's what they should have done. You got to try. I'm with it. But, I mean, we could see how unfortunately impossible that was about to be.
Hey. Try. Bye. Concordia have to spend all the money they have for however much longer we are on Haven. And this time around, not much better luck for them either, as only Cubby was over here. He's got an Aries to his name and is just really hoping that nobody comes up short so that he can spam around this box. At least there's some reinforcements. One mode down, but again, really being that rock. The rock gets shattered though, and mostly are the hopes of Concordia, that being said, incredibly low for Benji and Dip right now.
Oh, and it's a perfect weapon too. This judge is so effective at every range.
Shoot in their direction. Santi, just shoot in their direction and you will make it.
This is disgusting though. I hate this utility so much on these rounds. It's just not fair. Why did you just put like 2 magazines in there?
Oh, dude, he can't even get out because the owl drone, man.
Now he just gotta go.
The grab net locks him up. Oh, and the flick just doesn't quite get there. I mean, Dip, a strong breeze would have knocked him over, but he avoids the wind and keeps on moving.
Oh, man. Dip, as per usual, reliable in that clutch. 6 HP. Liddy, it's just fine. No issue, 12-3. And they finally do have guns. Sorta.
I mean,
3 of them.
Guns plural is, yeah, it's correct. Technically.
The best that they've had.
That's a glass cannon Phantom. That's
All
a
good.
no armor Phantom for Cubby.
No problem, dude.
It's a little tough. No problem. Yeah, we'll see.
You are glass cannon. I want the Vandal though, just personally.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Santi's hoping no one clears him. Oh, and I don't think Verbsa saw him. He's trying to double back for it now, but he doesn't even need to. Already 3 gone. Ooh, okay, Payne. One of the Phantoms going to work, but that work is cut short. No overtime for you, Payne. Instead, Cubby's going to have to pick up your hours, take some extra shifts, and I don't think he's going to have much fun. I think he got spotted there, too.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
and he's stuck in the deadlock util. Poor dude had nowhere to go, and Northwood make a statement on map number 1.
A real statement, 13-3. I mean, this is their home. We talked about it. This was the map that we kind of expected from Northwood to be going into this, anticipating their win. We were in the same boat. They won this in the last series too. But this fashion, 13-7 before, 13-3, and the fact that they even got 3 rounds is honestly a little bit of an impressive moment for me. But just like, I don't want to say the word lucky, but like, Ostino just like carried them those 3 rounds.
Yeah, I can't really call it lucky when 3 is all you get. And there were a number of rounds that were somewhat close as well, like you were talking about, but Dip and Ferbsa at the end of the day. I mean, these are some of the most experienced players in collegiate Valorant. It's not terribly surprising that they were going to be able to manage that.
Yeah, I don't think so. And that leads us into what an Ascent is what we got coming up next. This what turned from like somewhat question marks around like what that composition looked like and everything. Like we got all the answers. It feels like Northwood are currently locked in. That's why I was a little bit scared. Like you never know what version of Northwood you're gonna get. Well, I think they showed up to play.
Yeah, they're not messing around at all. They have that fire burning and roaring all at the ready, and I think CSP are gonna need a little bit more fuel for their fire. And if you need some fuel for your game, make sure you do so with Wetzel's Farm Snack Sticks. No mess, no distractions, just bold, protein-packed flavor to keep you locked in. Whether you're grinding ranked, leading the squad, what have you, Wetzel's is keeping you powered up. Grab a stick, stay in the game, and crush the competition.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to head on to a little bit of a break. See if CSP... Oh, we're not. We're zooming. We're going fast.
These teams are roaring.
Holy.
We don't get a break?
Let's do it. I'm excited. Right. I mean, that means, honestly, dude, I'm a little bit concerned for CSP that they don't get a couple of minutes.
I would have taken 5, personally.
I would too. But hey, it was their choice. You know, they could have said, hey, give us 5. They could have said it. So I think, though, that probably means that, you know, they're fine. They kind of expected that Haven was going to be a little bit more difficult. Would it have been a wash like that? Probably not what they were thinking, but Ascent's a whole different story.
Yeah. Oh, and now I gotta ask the question. I mean, Northwood, don't show me Arena. Okay, that's normal. Cool, the KO. Hey, real comp from Northwood. Let's go. No Reyna Clove. That means it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for Concordia St. Paul than the last time they were able to win this against Northwood.
Yeah, and this is the comp that they were running.
Sorry, is that a Sage?
It is. And that's what I was just about to address it. This is the comp that they ran. They ran it with a Sage before. Obviously, it wasn't on stream, I don't believe, so or at least I didn't see it. So, I didn't get to like...
Sova written down twice.
Oh.
That's why I was confused. I was like, I didn't see a Sage. Oh, I wrote Sova down twice.
No, this is what they ran. This is what they ran. I think even more surprising that it's Alstino on the stage, but I don't know. I don't know how it worked before, but it did work before. So, I'm willing to come into this with an open mind.
Concordia, this attacking side has got to be clean and killer. It's got to have a better start than they did on the attack of the last map. Because once they got to the defense, they just didn't have a chance. Maybe Concordia have a killer Haven defense. We'll just never know. But it's a similar gameplay than we saw last time. Early on, Santi going for the lurk, trying to pull players over toward B, while Concordia is playing slow on A, waiting until Santi has a bit more information. He's gotten out here. He's being annoying right now, but he hasn't made more contact.
I'm gonna say, like, what do Northwood know? I think is the more important information. Right now, I don't think they know anything, but they're playing as if they don't know anything, and that's kind of a problem if Concordia wanted to go towards A, which they're not at the moment. It's a reroute out towards mid, where we're gonna see Ferbsa take one duel, win his, and then fall.
Nice pick there, too, from Santi. finding Benji. That opens opportunities for Concordia St. Paul. They don't have to go headlong into A anymore, and they can even put the wall up. And I mean, in the pistol round, oh, it's got a gap. It's got a gap. They're aware, though. Vix isn't going to be able to pick off anyone from there. Tries to go for the flash and swing it fast, but won't catch Concordia. Is hot on their heels. But no, that needed a higher pace, and that paranoia slows him down even more. He's just still jumping around, though. He's playing a platformer more than Valorant. Here comes Lemur! Oh, my!
Wow, incredible. And Lemur, he's a guy that really wasn't of super high impact in that last map. I think we're going to need somebody to take those next steps, and Yaru for Lemur has been very good this season. So when you're watching this one and you see something like that, this is exciting scenes as they go head-to-head with Ferbsa 2 in mid, where Ferbsa, you know, I would say usually good for a double up there, just gets the 1-for-1.
Dip, you good, bud? Dip, don't dip. I've casted him so long, and I've never been able to make that joke before, so I just had to, Vincent. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I'm here for it.
Okay,
I'm down for these. These are awesome. While he's having a good time though, we'll hang out. We'll have a good time in here as well. Yeah, I don't know.
At least for us. I don't know about Dip. If I DC'd, I wouldn't be too happy about it.
I don't know where Dip calls home. I think they're on spring break, but like there's a lot of storms going down the East Coast, so I'm hoping it's nothing along those lines. I had some tornado warnings today, so it was a little spooky. No tornadoes.
Okay, that's good. Look, I live in Arizona. The worst thing it gets here is hot.
Which is pretty bad.
It's bad heat, but there's no natural disasters, right? There's plenty of tech disasters actually. Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. All right, man, we've only seen pistol. What's poked out to you thus far, Vincent?
You know, I think for me, it's the thing that I mentioned before, right? Like Ferbsa in super elevate, like forward position there in mid, oftentimes is going to get like a double up there. But I love how confident Concordia are to just take that fight, win the 1-for-1. That's the best you can really hope for when Ferbsa's in this form, and then go from there.
Alrighty, Ferbsa with the sheriff, unsurprisingly. I don't know if I've ever seen Ferbsa without a sheriff on a eco round.
He spawns with it, actually.
It's default for him.
Yeah.
It just takes the money out of his account automatically. Dude,
that's right.
If Santi was an inch closer to Ferbsa, he's done.
He had the scope, too. Like, Santi had the outlaw there.
Not even just the marshal, the outlaw.
Yeah, sheriff over outlaw. You heard it here first.
Apparently. Hey, I mean, one of the good things about running the Sage. You get a heal. You get a redo, Santi.
It's true. It's a Western in the making, by the way. You didn't know that Valorant is actually a Western, but it is. Starring
Concordia have been a snail's pace in these first couple of rounds. They are really waiting for Northwood to do similar stuff on Haven, right? Where we saw Northwood pushing out A and pushing out A and pushing out A over and over.
I mean, also
not so much the case. They managed to get some util out. The fragment, the stall away. Benji tucked into logs. I don't imagine he's long for this world. Yeah, they find him pretty easily. And that's just going to be B plant, and I don't see much hope in Northwood's future for a retake.
Yeah, that dark cover pretty much seals the deal. I think for me, you know, this slow pace is more about not knowing what Northwood have prepped here. They played they played Ascent before, but as we talked about, like the Ascent comp that Northwood ran was all over the place, not anything like what we see right now. So I think it's more about them just not knowing or understanding what's to come and trying to get a better look at what that is.
I think that's totally fair for them to do as well. Northwood chilling. Wow, okay, I guess they're going to go for it. Well, they get one. Ferbsa, that's why he picks up that sheriff. I guess you go for exits here, try and stall out the bonus, but not many exits to be found, and that bonus will be potent indeed from Concordia.
That's what happens when you don't lose nearly anyone there on the back end of that round. Lovely stuff. I'm gonna look down, and I mean, nothing of note ultimate wise, but what I do think is interesting is that this is the first round where I think Northwood are gonna play that aggressive style, right?
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be like the same way we saw at A-Long, but here in A-Main, often want to fight.
Now they have the guns, now they have the util. A wall. Oh no, the slow, I'm sorry. Going to stall that a little bit. And on the other side of things, Santi once again gets the better end of Benji, so it's the quick rotate. Oh, but do they know about Ferbsa? He's tucked in a cheeky corner. That's one that doesn't clear him, one that he's good for. Finds the clone, though, instead of a real head. Would have been good for more. Vix, at least, spamming through and is holding mid, or at least trying to. And gets him. A quick flank, two from Tuzi. Drops the spike in the middle of the map.
Oh, it's over. I mean, that just feels like such a lost situation at this point.
2v2. It's all around this flank from Santi. He's going to go all the way around through A. Will Tuzi anticipate the timing?
Oh, he's
thinking about it. But he's got two angles that he wants to watch. He wants to cover the spike, and he wants to protect his right. And he's just barely missed the timing. Santi's got his number.
Now do they go towards Dip? Oh, does Dip clear this? Yes, he does. Sees the vision.
30 seconds
Gonna get the first. Set up now for a 1v1. It's a clear avenue, though. Cypher to head back towards the A bomb site, and with that...
Yeah, and I mean, that's going to be the plant for Santi, too. Nothing you can do about it. And Dip only on 36 HP, too. He needs to find the favorable timing. It can't be a fair gunfight, or else Dip will lose to a body shot.
Also 6 bullets left in the chamber. He doesn't reload. Big vision, though. Now knows exactly what's going on. Salvo will go in.
And standing in the cage is risky, though, when you're so low. And yeah, I was gambling on the fact that the salvos would displace Santi, but he got out of them far before the missiles landed and was ready for the delivery.
All right. I know he lost, but also giving himself a chance, right? Like that is all of the disruption that you needed in order to try and get the headshot, even though that was the riskiest way to move through that 1v2 attempt. Tuzi nearly saves the day with that flank.
Yeah, it's high risk, high reward, right?
Yeah.
If Santi is getting caught in the guided missiles there, that's the opportunity that Dip needs. Otherwise, every other fight would just be losing for him. Another pistol round here. And Concordia, hey, at least doing what Northwood did on their map pick. Starting with a pistol, converting the bonus off to a solid start here.
Yeah, and another, close round too, which we talked about before. Converted with a clutch. A lot of similarities.
Timing on the flash, but unfortunately Dip's not quite able to find the noggin of anyone. Instead, CSP, seeing such heavy commitment to mid, have split up through the map. But the problem is they've got 3 in B, but the spike's over on A, and now it's kind of cut off too. You could toss it to... Oh, no, he doesn't have the ult. Never mind. I thought the From the Shadows was up. It was only round 4.
I know exactly where.
Santi whiffed that once, but he has been good for it ever since.
Lovely.
Tuzi, at least finding one, but this is just about damage for Northwood.
Yeah, and currently, I mean, they aren't getting that damage that they would have hoped for. Nice stun. Dip's gonna take his time with that one. Why not?
Not bad at all. Yeah, there's the Northwood, I know. Oh, he's jumping around, though, making too much noise. Lemur's not gonna let him get away with that.
I think he rightfully assumed that Concordia were just sprinting to A, actually, but they weren't. They were looking to hunt him down, make sure that there was no one who could survive. No attempts to be made. None of those shenanigans.
And now Concordia have won more rounds on this map than they did on Haven.
And it only took one more round.
Yeah. Oh my. Ferbsa with the op. That is the game changer for this pivotal gun round for Northwood. They need to start digging their heels in now. They don't want Concordia to run away with the game like Northwood did on Haven. Armageddon's a great tool for that as well. And once again, Concordia not afraid to play slow in the early round. They have no feeling that they need to force things. And just everybody's losing this fight to Santi over in B main.
Yeah, he's been devastating. And I mean, they've targeted this. They really want him to go down.
Bro,
putting pretty much everything into this fight. Ferbsa is following. And, I mean, they hear the footsteps. There's no reason for them to fight forward.
Yeah,
they've already got that
around
space.
the Rosie'd here. They're going to wall off A so no one can come around. and they're gonna go straight to B. The defenders have to now attack the B site to try and get this back.
Awkward.
Dip does have the Armageddon, though. He's tucked into a very safe corner where Dipsa has his cross. Oh, unfortunate. Vix clearing it, but not committing to the clear. Santi's good for a second there. And I don't even think you use the Armageddon now.
No, it's too little too late.
Do you go for a save? I mean, Ferbs is saying, yeah, he's saying, dude, I'm out of here. You didn't get spotted. I hope they don't find you, but I'd kind of like to save this gun. Oh, they do find you.
I think they found him. Santi's a menace. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He's been disgusting. You've been talking about it the whole way through, but it doesn't matter who's there. They're just not winning on that B main duel. And Santi doesn't have any support either. He's like solo, lurking in that area of the map. 12-1, holy.
Dude got headshot once by Ferbsa, didn't even die, and then decided that he wasn't going to lose another gunfight for the rest of this map. Or at least at this point. We see a timeout from Northwood, too.
I think this is cool that Northwood are taking this timeout early. A lot of the times, the weaknesses of Northwood is that, you know, they're too confident. And this is them showing a lot of respect, I think. You know, understanding that they're getting bested on every aspect of this map right now, and that they need to figure out why. That slow approach that Concordia love to play has been very effective.
Once upon a time, Northwood would pretty much never take timeouts, but then quite a while ago, Coach Joe came around and he changed that right up. He made him ship shape, and hey, guys, if you need to take a break, figure stuff out. Coach Joe's the guy to do it, and that has been a boon in Northwood's cap for quite a while now. But the question is, what is the adjustment? I mean, do you start to play more aggressive now? Northwood have kind of just been sitting back and chilling and getting picked off, right?
I think the problem is they haven't.
Well, they've been playing slow in the early round, but then exploring for information, not aggressively, but just exploring and getting caught by Santi.
Yeah, I think they need to set up those explorations a little bit more effectively.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, and that's kind of what they're doing. Look, it's a double clear in B main early. So instead of, you know, one guy who's been getting exposed, but these reactions are fast. Ursa's got the Blade Storm, though.
Gotta be a little bit careful. Yeah, gets tagged by the Owl Drone, too. Forced fully away. This is a bold swing from Vix. I mean, it's just an eco round, so go for it, I guess. Blade Storm picked out of the air. Payne not letting Ferbsa get away with squat there.
When's the last time you saw the Sage Wall on that door? Like
2021?
Yeah, it's been so long. It's like, it's kind of weirded me out there. Not like it's bad. It's just, wait. Oh, that's taking me back. I'm in a time machine.
And at this point, Northwood just looking for some cheeky picks. You know, I'd say they're just going to try and die to the spike and deny alt orbs, but that's never been Northwood's style. They want to get more if they can. Hey, guys, there's only 2 left. Let's not let Benji have this one. I mean, there's no time. But, man, decent damage. If only it wasn't 6-0.
I mean, Benji's going to get his ult off of that, to be fair.
Yeah.
So
Steel Garden's important.
I think well worth it. Also, the damage done. Not that the money was out of control, but it was kind of getting to that point of out of control for Concordia after a few rounds of, you know, not perfect, but 3 alive every time for Concordia. I think that was important that Northwood get a little bit more damage done as well. Talked about Ferbsa, though.
Ferbsa, though, yeah, he's got no armor for this operator. And last time, I can't even recall if Ferbsa got a shot off.
No, he didn't.
Again, this cyber cage, just an annoyance. Ferbsa tucked into the angle. The guided salvo to try and force Santi away.
Yeah, but they're getting everything they want. Look at all the resources that's currently been putting into dealing with just one guy. No, what?
At least he's finally dealt with. Just the tiniest gap in that cage gives Ferbsa everything he needs, but now it's on Vix. Can he hold the line? He's got Benji at his back. A beautiful flash, but he's only good for 1. A trade is good. Benji looking for something a little bit better. Dodges the paranoia, tucks himself into hell, and Ferbs has already made his way over here. 4 flooding in from Northwood, and Benji finds his second. Northwood on the board.
Okay, massive round. all of those resources that I talked about made irrelevant when you get that kill through the cage. Even beyond that, though, lovely when you can rely on Benji to be so consistent there. Vix is self-sufficient with those flashes. Able to be a problem, play delay games, and allow for the rotation. Burbsa knows that there's been very few times that there's extra bodies on B, so can start that move immediately. Northwood, they know what's been going wrong, and they're targeting it very harshly. Now it's going to be Concordia's turn to take the next step, I think.
The question is, will Santi continue to commit to this? I think you throw one cyber cage. Yeah, the cam is here for later as well. Oh, I had it up now. I would have liked to have seen him use that a little bit later to re-clear. That's okay. He still forces Furbsa to consider. Is there someone actually here? Meanwhile, 5 charging toward the A site. The Armageddon going for tree. Benji a little bit stuck, though. That Armageddon didn't quite do enough. And even with the null command, Vix falls. Steel Garden didn't flush out Concordia like Benji was hoping for. He's tucked into a corner, but he's running out of time. He needs the reinforcements now. And he just has to look every which way possible.
Put it all in. Northwood, they push their trips into the middle, and unfortunately, it's come out nothing. There are deuces right now. That's all they've got. They've got to look to save these guns. Person kind of have the op.
2v4 with the op against the Hunter's Fury and the res, even if you wanted it from Concordia. So, just no way you're going to make that happen. Better to keep what economy you can.
I'm loving how...
This is actually, speaking economy real quick, a little bit worse for Northwood, because at least if they had lost last round too, they'd still have the lost round bonus.
Yeah.
They're going to struggle coming into the next round.
Yeah, even with these saves, it's not going to be ideal. I love how Concordia, though, were so ready for everything that Northwood were doing, right? Like, they never got in their own head about all that utility, about the ultimates that were flying at them. There was so much there that could have gone wrong, and Concordia just stayed on, knew what they were doing. Didn't even need to really utilize too much of their own. And now they have, you know, that res in the back pocket should they need it. They have the Hunter's Fury, too. Money's actually done okay.
It's actually okay.
All things considered.
I was a bit more concerned than I had to be, apparently. We do have a technical pause. I can only imagine that Diff is maybe struggling to stay connected again, but we'll get that sorted lickety-split, folks. And man, it's crazy how flip-floppy this series has been so far.
I don't think it's that crazy. I feel like this is exactly what I was ready for.
You expected it to be 1-7 in the first rounds of Haven?
Not quite this one-sided, but
yeah, exactly.
It just it felt to me like Northwood opting back in told me that they knew, you know, they have a freebie with the fact that, you know, Bind goes out of the pool. Like, they have such a good map pool now, Concordia.
Sure.
With, you know, losing their worst map and picking up a map they're good at. It just felt like Northwood just opt into this again, knowing that they are, you know, maybe going to be a little bit more serious this time.
Just after Haven, specifically, like 13-3, I would not have thought, especially, we didn't take a break. Concordia just wanted to go. I guess that goes to show that, like, they were right for not taking that 5-minute break, you know.
I think that's the huge, like, surprise factor.
Yeah.
That right there is all of those decisions, and this is still how it's going. And then Santi being the one who is leading the charge, not just frags. Like, it's not just about the number of kills. It's like the amount of respect that he is defined the entire
this attack.
side of the map. B is his domain, and there's literally nothing that Northwood can currently do about it. They have to put 3 people there to deal with it.
And, I mean, not even his side of the map. He's pretty much defined the entire map. Like you were saying, because Northwood are putting so many people there, they're putting the op there and 2 other people. That's the giga-strong side of the map for Northwood. And, I mean, it worked one round. Santi didn't expect it, but the immediate pivot to just bait all of that over, and then the immediate punish onto the players on A, so well done by Concordia.
Yeah, that adjustment, that fast adjustment back to A in that previous round is another change there for Concordia. They haven't been forced to show us just yet, but
yeah,
hey, they showed us, and they showed Northwood too. We'll see if they can show him a B attack. This is straight off the rip. Everyone B.
Dip's got to be careful here, too. Oh, and he swings out. Oh, buddy. Just did not anticipate the pivot, even so much as slightly. Was ready to guided salvo, was looking for the cyber cage, then got paranoid and had no idea what was happening. He's just going to try and go for this a little bit and just gets his head lopped off. Concordia can do no wrong right now.
I just love this targeted call because, hold on a second, they're sticking around. They're going in for this. Hoping that they can get a freebie. That is Ursa so very hopeful with these spams. First shot missed, and with that, surely the round, too. They continue forward.
It's 1-7. Gotta try and make something happen at this point. Not really enough time to play an eco and play for it later. But you just might have to. I mean, Ferbs has picked up a rifle. Ooh, he got revealed. Thank goodness Ferbs, it's the new Ascent. That wall is no longer made of paper.
It's just bad news, too, when Santi's getting an exit.
Santi's trying to chase down Ursa, too. I mean, he's going to get spotted. He's good for the one, but there is everybody else. Op not even saved.
He had a little bit of extra money. I don't know that it's going to be that bad, but they don't have op money, surely. Yeah, not even close. That's just a lovely target. I want to explain why. Concordia, every single time, Dip has done the same thing with regard to that utility. He's often, like, opted for it, and that's because at no point, whenever there's any contact to Santi, just disrespected that cage and run all the way through. So Dip is just never anticipating that that's what's going to happen. He gets taken down, and there's no one there to help him. That is lovely conditioning that Concordia take advantage of.
And look, Northwood immediately try to pivot back, but Concordia never run the same play twice. Ferbs is here in mid, but I mean, this feels like going for a hero play. Ferbs is hoping someone goes and exploring inside this smoke, but it's about to drop. He has to use the dash. It's being watched for. Pain? Oh, the timing there. So fortunate for Pain, but he hears him coming too. And now it's on to, I mean, honestly, just Benji. Dip is just going to get walled off. There's nothing he can do from there. A guided salvo to maybe stall, let Benji reposition back sight, but he's going to be alone.
Alone, and what answers can he provide? I mean, that's the other question. Dip trying to get involved, and Dip removed. Now Benji is seriously on his lonesome.
And Concordia have just been so good at anticipating which Northwood player is coming for them next. Right? Like, the fact that they know Dip is going to go for some kind of swing there. The fact that they know Benji's the next player they need to anticipate. And even there, where Tuzi catches someone off guard, Lemur spends less than a 1/10 of a second trading it back.
Vix.
1v3. Not a chance in a world Vix gets this done. The dude is a monster, don't get me wrong, especially on the KO. But everybody's tuck playing anti-flash, and they don't even need to, as Santi has it on the first.
7-0. I thought, well, you know, that's pretty good. That was what the score was on Haven before Concordia started to try and turn it around. How do you feel about 9-1, Paul?
Dude, at this point, go back to the Reign of Clove. Go back to the Reign of Clove. It did better. It did better than this. They got 9 rounds on it.
Oh, I hate that you're right. I just hate that you're right.
Like, the funny thing is, I'm not right. It's a bit. But
I know, but you are in this, like, moment in time.
How much of a bit is it?
Oh, yeah, very much a bit.
This looks like the Northwood, when they get so deep in a pit, they know the only way to dig themselves out is to go for hero plays. Dip and Ferbs are going that far up in B main with Sheriffs.
Yeah, Lemu's just going to take the dimensional drift up mid, get a ton of info off the back of it.
Vix at least good for one. Sagewall? Sagewall actually completely countering the Vice Wall there, too.
Yeah, it's an interaction that I'm, like, not even familiar with at this point in time.
I've never seen that. Wait a minute. Wait just a second. Vix has found the opening Northwood needed.
Little something, something. It's Tuzi before who got that flank, and now it's Vix, but doubled up on the frags effective. Santi doesn't actually have the spike here. This is a little bit problematic. And Vix has arrived on the scene.
And Santi, I mean, has tenuous control of the site.
30 seconds left.
He's just all alone. And, I mean, 4v2 is nice. It is still mostly Sheriffs for Northwood. But Vix is the number you have to really consider here.
I don't even know why.
You don't even have time to clear him. It's heartbreaking. Vix
Oh, that's
doesn't
massive.
even have to break the bolt on the first try. I mean, there goes Santi. And Cubby's now forced to fight. The paranoia's on him. Guided salvo. Northwood find their way back into it. Can they eke out a 9-3?
I mean, it's just a fortuitous moment there for them where they, find Vix in a great position, get a flank onto 2. Honestly, really impressed with Concordia's attention to detail in a lot of these rounds. There's been very rare moments where there's a gap like that Concordia aren't watching for, aren't prepared, and don't know about. That's that happened, and it's only the 3rd time this whole map that I've seen that occur. Punished,
it's the
though.
first time that someone has actually made it to the gap.
Right. The punish
Look
has
at
been
this
rare.
again. Verbs are just straight up going for it, but Concordia have read into it. And Payne outswings him. Straight up diffed. No util necessary. I guess a Yoru clone, but didn't even get shot. Now Tuzi, I mean, he's playing for a cheeky pick, hoping that someone goes exploring where they shouldn't. Is, of course, on the Omen, can Shrouded step away from this. I mean, but needs one and clean to get out here.
It just should be so simple, though, for Concordia. And as soon as Tuzi gets spotted,
I know exactly.
have to Shrouded step away. Oh, that Neural Theft's gonna make life hard. I mean, Shrouded step like now.
Oh, okay. He barely Shrouded step, swinging into the fragment. Vix on the cover. The only reason Tuzi survives. Potential for a res and wall here, but no. They just go for the swings, and Vix dominating. Heating up after the last round. Yeah, just the 0 point to confirm. Hey, yeah, guys, he's still there. Keep the spam, keep the line, hold it strong.
I'm gonna say this is over.
Yeah, 12 seconds. It's not happening. I mean, nice shots from Cubby.
So, where have you heard this story before, Paul? It was like a really dominant first half, and then at the very end, one guy, by the name of, Vix.
One initiator player.
Yeah. Was able to pull them across with like a multi-frag 3 times in a row-ish along those lines. Where have you seen that to make a 9-3 half instead of even worse? I don't know. It's just in the back of my mind.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It rhymes with Baven.
Yeah, that sounds right. We'll see if it changes though.
Pistol going to be a big determining factor for that. The reason that Concordia didn't have a chance to swing that momentum back off Ostino's heroic plays on Haven was because they just got slaughtered on the pistol. This time around, they're hoping to keep it clean.
One suppressed.
Some information. Only see one there towards A, but oh my goodness.
Yikes.
Problematic.
And he just gets away. That's the benefit of the Yoru.
Oh, and there's a wall in front of them, too. If they even want to move forward, they have to give away that they're still there.
Benji will real quick just deal damage so that portion of the wall breaks. Timing on this flash is huge, but Vix took too much damage. Ostino swings under and then back. Even Flash knew that he got that headshot. Tuzi at least cleaning up one, but it cost him quite a bit of health. Burbs are getting chased down here as well. Benji on the corner needed that headshot to have a chance. And with his buddy falling by the wayside, Benji's position known, or at least vaguely known. Now it's known for sure. Good luck winning this one, Benji.
I mean, even with the flash still available to use, there's just nothing
He doesn't
to be
even
done.
know that one's on his corner, though. Ostino, there's no way you clear this. And Lemur and Ostino played it so well. Northwood not having better luck than CSP did on Haven. It's a pistol to the strong side and a 10 rounds on the board.
On the board and more.
I'll get there, Vincent.
Yeah, you got there. On the way. And I think Concordia are going to get there, too. I know, crazy when you're 10-3 up to say that. I'm brave. I'll put it out there.
Let me see the force. Northwood, let me see the force, please.
It's crazy that they're not actually going for the force.
You know, the thing is, you didn't play the spike, though. Forcing on the attack super doable, but the spike didn't get planted.
Good point. Northwood just trying to clear things out. The salvo is going to make it easier.
No.
Blind.
Oh, no. I see bad things in Northwood's future.
They walk away, though.
Oh, man. And Cypher gets spotted out by the 0 point as well. Verbsa just going to live the rest of the round there, hoping that someone re-clears A main for information. Is going to be the final point of the pivot, as now Northwood are trying to flood in. Hey, those bad things I saw, I don't think they went away. They're just in a different place.
Oh my!
Puts those bad things to bed. No nightmares for Northwood. They're having sweet dreams. Verbsa, wish he hit that shot. Needs to come back for it. Hits it through the wall, but Lemur's got just a fragment of HP left.
Tuzi's gonna get another one. That's through the wall. That's on the Lemur. HP, certainly a problem. Alcino gonna slide through the smoke and get back into the mix. It's so fast with a double kill for Verbsa. 3 on the round. It changes everything, as did Vix at the beginning. That flash got 2, by the way. 2 on that flash opens up the A site and devastates the defense of Concordia.
Prophecies double denied, not falling to the judge as I anticipated, and managing to flip the anti-eco. No force, by the way, so they can just go straight into rifles now. They know they have to win every round. They need as much firepower as they can get their hands on for the rest of this map, big if, they're going to pull this back. Already a formidable and fortunate engagement to start off. That's 2 hitting the floor in an instant.
Dude, I'm already loving, though. Like, you know, you forget how good KO is on this map, too. Vix is already being dominant with his utility. I think it's important that we keep an eye on that.
That's one of the great things about Vix. No matter what roster he's been on in Collegiate Valorant, whether it was Fisher last year or Northwood this year, he's just so consistent with that util. And that's what you need from an initiator.
I mean, facilitates the 2 openings towards A last round, facilitates the 2 openings towards A this round. It's a deadly duo between him and that Teo.
Verbsa, when you jump, your bullets don't go there.
No. You don't get it, Paul. His due. His due.
Oh my. Astino just waiting to see if he can exit. There won't be much else to do in this round. Maybe he gets Vix. Vix is low after all. But Astino will just die to the spike regardless. I mean, he's gonna get Vix. Yeah. But nothing else for him to do other than deny an alt orb. And there's still a ways to go for Northwood.
Ways to go, but the way they've broken in, it does provide a little bit more confidence. I think that
there is a path.
Yeah, I think that, you know, also Concordia getting tested early there at A. I feel like their game plan is very clearly, you know, the A-centric game plan that we were kind of anticipating from Northwood. So I'm a little bit concerned about that too. But like I said, let's hold off, wait for this gun round to actually happen. Very passive on B as well, and here it is.
He's got the flash out. Him and Astino swinging. Astino only finds the one though. Vix and Verbsa were actually mostly ahead of that flash. They could just tank it and spam. There were too many players there for Concordia to go for such a gamble. At least they have 2 more waiting in the wings. Santi good for another couple, but leaves his buddy in an unenviable 1v2. Cubby. Oh, he doesn't if he had the recon dart up still up. Maybe there was a world where he could have spammed something here. He does have a drone. But with the plant going behind him. Yeah, I mean, now this becomes very difficult, and Tuzi finds the timing.
Dude, Northwood are so good at being prepared for some of those aggro plays, and that's why it was such a surprise, I think, how the last half went. But You know, that's why when you're anticipating Ostino to get a little bit more, I'm just looking at that and, you know, quick movements there, allowing for Northwood, you know, to deny that. It's 1 or 2.
It's because that's what Northwood would do. You know?
It's exactly right.
Northwood's like, if we were gonna attack us, here's how we do it in this round. If I was gonna swing out to try and win this 1v2, here's how I would swing. Of course, this time they weren't expecting the slow orb. Gummed up at the pass. Nothing they can do about that. Stingers. I mean, at this point, you'd assume Northwood was allergic to bees.
Be honest, I think even without the allergy, it's still a little bit deadly. Great response from Vix, who's taken back mid. It's Benji, excuse me.
Nice.
Vix with the pack over on A. That kill, mid control has been gained is massive, but this re-clear? Oh, this re-clear is disgusting.
Wait, Pain! No, he didn't see him!
Oh, no.
I mean, there's a trap wire here. Benji hears Santi running around, but can't do anything about it. He's just gonna tuck himself in, wait for the chaos on A, and use that timing to try and break the trap wire. But can Vix and Dip do this alone on A? No. Instead, it's gonna be the slow walk. I mean, Vix finds an unbelievable timing onto Pain. Nobody watching mid, or nobody watching A main, rather. I'm a little bit shocked that that's what occurred.
It's
And
the
once
smoke
again,
fade.
Benji tucked in to mid here. Here's Santi running through. Just gonna put the trap down and waltz their way to B. That is about as favorable as it could have gone for Northwood.
Yeah, timing's tight, right? Under 10 seconds, but there's nobody here to play opposition. Trying to get there fast, though. Oh, not fast enough. Vix still prepared. Third kill on the round, and Dip wants it and wants it bad.
Yeah. Benji got the info, but they knew where Cubby was. There's not much you can do there. It was largely an eco for Concordia, though, and I think this is an excellent time for a timeout.
Yeah, 4 rounds straight that Northwood have taken. Concordia come in with some big ultimates. They got the dimensional drift. That's going to be the key for any sort of aggressive move that they want to make, along with the idea that, you know, if they want to maybe take a more committed fight, they do have the res as well.
I will say, though, between the ultimates across these two teams, I mean, Northwood's ults are stacked on stacked on stacked. I mean, that's the Armageddon Null Command and the Steel Garden. One of those is a round-winning ultimate. Looking across, like, don't get me wrong, there's utility in Concordia's ultimates, but it's mostly that, utility. There's a lot of information between, you know, the Neural Theft, the Dimensional Drift, even the Hunter's Fury getting info. That's probably their closest to a round-winning ultimate is the Hunter's Fury, and I'd still take most of Northwood's ults over it.
I mean, I'd even take the Blade Storm in Furbs' hands, like, very often. I think you make a good point, but, you know, this is the comp that they've drawn up, so this is the time to dig deep into the playbook and find something that works for what you've got.
Lima with an op. Yoru op. Not a stranger to this map. It is going to allow him, he's going to be able to start B main, and if he doesn't get quick contact, instantly end up at A and be able to stop a hard hit. Northwood aren't going to go that fast in this round, though. So it just becomes a question of how does Concordia play the mid round? Where does Lemur set up once no one shows their head?
Every round prior to this, all these gun rounds, it's been all about, like, the first 5-10 seconds where there's been some sort of contact, some early fight. It's slowed down significantly in this round. Concordia don't want to overstep, don't want to overplay their hand. They know that how much is riding on this one gun round. That allows Northwood to take tons of space, almost for free here in A main.
Still a lot of util, though, on this Sage specifically. The slow orbs, if Northwood go a little bit too fast, Furbsa could be easily isolated. Ooh, spots the jump peak and decides he wants to go. Sees the Sage, just trying to stay in the air, stay unpredictable. Goes for the Omen, finds it. That's the Blade Storm you were talking about. How does he know Asino's there? What is that? Right click getting a headshot. Unbelievable.
Well, he saw Ostino just for a moment. That's all was the spam into the Cloudburst. That's all he had to go on, and still in the fadeaway catches him. That's why you want Furbsa, and that's why on that Blade Storm, I'll put my money right there every time.
A divine hand guiding the RNG on that right click for Ferbsa. Lemur gets one, but now the hunt is on. The wolves are coming. And I don't know, I'd take a pack of wolves over a single bear, Vincent.
Oh boy. Oh, he's just cooked.
I mean, as long as someone looks that...
Oh, never mind. They haven't looked.
This way. Vix will turn around, though, certainly.
No, he won't.
Surely at some point, Vix turns around, but it might be too late. Does anyone else get to that corner? The TP is out. The flash is here. The op whisks itself away.
A little bit of an oversight for Vix, and okay, whole different story. Doesn't change the game, though. You know, that operator could definitely be a difference maker, not taking anything away from Lemur, but hey, man, they're fighting with pots and pans around that very much.
I will say, those wolves need to get their noses checked. I don't think they quite had the scent there. But yeah, like you said, the op is nice to keep into this round, but can it really be a game changer? Oh, I have to just let everyone know. After I made that wolf sniffing joke, our producer in our ear just said they didn't have a scent. Everybody, do me a favor, boo Adam in the chat for me. Just type boo.
No.
Thank
Everybody thumbs up Adam.
You can do both. I won't mind that.
Let us know what your vibes are. It's clear that the desk is split.
Steel Garden here. I think it's a little bit of overkill considering their economy. I mean, Cubby would have had that sheriff either way, and he still puts Ferbsa down. Hang on, Northwood. This is biting off a bit more than you can chew, I think.
It's a little careless how far Ferbsa was out ahead. That's a big frag from Tuzi.
That at least gives Northwood some breathing room. They can inch their way to the site, but Dimensional Drift is giving a lot of information here. You can even go for this fight. Yeah, Lemur, he comes into the site just being a nuisance, being a distraction, and Tuzi all on his lonesome. He's got nowhere to go. Sure, he could technically TP away. He does have the spike too, but it's a 4v1. Just stand your ground and let it happen.
Oh boy, that's a problem. Northwood don't have the rounds actually to let that happen. I mean, they're going to be buying again. That's just fine, but the spacing is horrific in that round. Northwood, for the first time all day, kind of let it slip. They let the mask fly off, and you know they can get a little bit silly, but it's been all serious tonight. That's a round where they think they have it, and they get proven otherwise immediately. Lemur takes advantage of just a little bit of a gap as well in the cage. That's nasty. I love to see, you know, Northwood using some of that flair that they have, but that's one where I just would have liked to see them play safe.
Lemur not committing very long. Benji gets a good timing and is going to be able to get that catwalk control too. Just the slow going here. Northwood have read into the fact that it's mostly just been slow orbs. Other than that one contest that Northwood ripped to shreds, Concordia haven't wanted to play around with fighting A main anymore. Benji knowledgeable too.
Stino's actually
that he can find a Stino.
I was gonna say
the angle was tricky.
He's like looked for that a couple of times. I don't think Stino's actually taken that duel though. Fortunately, Dip trying to poke and prod on the other side of the map finds that Lemur is still there with an op.
Now there's just no option for Northwood. They pretty much have to go A. But even still, it's tricky. Ooh, can you duck under that tripwire?
You can, but the cam is here. Yeah.
Cam is there. Will spot him. Ferbsa not going to commit to that. Lucky he gets away from those smokes, honestly. The spam not coming through. Now Ferbsa wants to try and go. He did break the trapwire. He goes through it dry. Hello with the slow orb. I don't know about that one, buddy.
Benji's got a cutoff at least for something here. Oh, I was gonna say from the shadows is available. So,
but now Tuzi just has to cancel. Hope that Vix can find something, but all he finds is a trap.
One
misstep. Comes up and Tuzi says, "You know what? I like my rifle. That's okay."
10 seconds left.
One misstep. A little bit of a mistake on a half-buy round where the op gets saved and Northwood lose. Follow that up by an overstep from Dip into the operator again. And the A site is impenetrable for Northwood Blue.
Match point.
Concordia, they've gotten themselves 4 chances to push this to fracture again.
And they've hardly had to use anything to do it. I mean, a dimensional drift, a neural theft here or there. I mean, they're still holding on to that Hunter's Fury, what I think is their pivotal ultimate, and an emergency button in the res, too.
Yeah. I mean, I think
plenty of options for them.
The key is definitely that Hunter's Fury, because everything else
Certainly.
is reactional.
Yeah. But even still, I mean, Dip's been holding this Armageddon for a few rounds too. Just hasn't had a chance to use it. I mean, that round got picked off early. In this round, it might be Ferbsa who falls. Nope, it's Pain. Benji running it. Just playing contact as the Sentinel, but gives quite an opening. Just Santi on the side. He's tucked into that cyber cage. Has to dodge the Armageddon, but the timing is perfect from Ostino, and Santi with a good one too. Santi all alone, but somehow swings for more. This dude is just unkillable. And the flash sees him up perfectly. Concordia say it'll be Fracture once again.
We go again. The old reversal. You try to run it back and see how it goes. It looks like it is going to be required, all three. And I love how good the communication there was between Ostino and Santi on the A site when they're going back and forth. It's so difficult when there's ultimates. You know, you had everything happening at the same time, and still Ostino is playing off of Santi's contact beautifully. That's what allows Santi to be so difficult to root out there, is because, you know, they're dealing with one guy only to find that they're dealing with three guys ultimately at the end. 13-8 the final score, and Santi powering them, man. I want to reiterate here, dude, he dominated on the attack side. On the attack side.
Well, and you know, that's the Cypher lurk, right? That's why a lot of teams like to play that Cypher. It gives you that extra wild card on your attacking side. The dude was just nasty with it the entire map. I mean, even technically quieted down on their defense, but still had round-winning moments, still had game-saving plays. Folks, we are off to a third and final map of Fracture. When we come back from this break, the winner goes to Grand Finals, the loser gets sent down to lowers. You're not going to want to miss it.
I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh, God. No. Come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is... Oh! What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. He's dead. He ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't look. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. You just can't. What do you mean you can't?
He won't let go.
What do you mean you won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there. No, just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you covered. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach. Hug him up.
He's breathing. From the other side.
Go.
I can't.
Just-
I can't do it.
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this loss.
I can't breathe.
Hey, I can't breathe. I'm so upset. I can't breathe. Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky. Hey, get the stick.
Yeah.
Hey, do you the meat stick?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, that's no worries. I got it.
Oh, what an awesome day for a pump, dude.
Yeah, I gotta take it easy. Doc says if I exert myself, I will die.
You overexert yourself, you will die.
I'll tell you what, you finish the workout, all these could be yours. That looks good. A little bit of honey ham for the ham. Get after it, and that's your get after it, and that's your treat. Hey, do the exercise, do the work, then you get the reward. That's how this works, man. You gotta give it max effort, maximum effort. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big hams, Make it work, those hams. Work 'em. Putting in the work. Yeah, baby. Yes. Dude, this is a spicy workout. Gotta make it worth it. Building the beef and bringing home the bacon, baby. I'm loving it. Teriyaki is just about within your reach. Come on, get you some. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Maximum effort. Maximum effort. You're there. You're almost there.
That's so worth it.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days ago.
Dog been digging in there?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
Hell with that.
Ah, yeah, there's something in there. Ah!
Come on.
Thank you.
It was worth it.
Oh, man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey, man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh, God. No. Come on, just reach. Just grab my hand. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is... Oh!
We are on our way to a map number 3, and if there's anything we've learned today, Vincent, it's that the 9-3 curse is not real. Stop talking about it. I saw people in the chat talking about 9-3 curse this, 9-3 curse... You've deluded yourselves. It's not a real thing, as our teams are proving. Both these maps started with a strong slamming from one team or another. And while Northwood tried to fight back a little bit on their defense, they still quite couldn't make it happen. So we're on to Fracture, Vincent.
Yeah, I mean, when things were that tight, even though they didn't convert it, when you win the pistol round, Concordia only needed one mistake, really, for Northwood to take advantage of that and then push on to the clutch up and to finalize a Fracture that I'm excited for. I think this is a lot of fun. I think Northwood have been, I'll say, iffy on Fracture. They've had a ton of reps, but they also have had very few reps with the same 5 or like the same comp or like the same anything. And then they also lost it in a tight fashion last time to CSP. This is why it's scary.
And speaking of not having that consistent 5 for those reps, we have actually gotten word that we have a substitution. Northwood have decided to go back to their OG starting 5, essentially, as Darkest comes in to substitute for Vix. Don't get me wrong, Vix a phenomenal player, but Darkest has been with this lineup alongside Ferbsa, Benji, and Dip for years upon years upon years. The dude is locked in with them. So I'm interested to see, as long as he's warm, as long as he comes out and he's, fully on fire, I think that this is a strong showing for Northwood.
I'm a Darkest enjoyer. I think this is a wild thing to do. I think this is actually crazy.
Okay.
For a couple of, not because I think it's gonna not work out. I think it will work out. But I think it's crazy to make the sub 2 maps, I think it's crazy, even if he is warm, to remove Vix, who I think was playing really damn well, dude.
Yeah,
I think he was playing good. I hate it for those reasons, not because I don't think it'll work. Because it will work. It's the problem.
You just want Vix to have his day in the spotlight. I appreciate that. Yeah, the dude is nasty with it. But now we go on to Fracture, where I think a lot is kind of up in the air. I mean, I'm expecting Tejo Breach and Brimstone, but a lot of different teams have been playing around with those last 2 additions, right? Tejo Breach, Brimstone are pretty much your absolute standard. You're gonna run them no matter what. They're all just so strong on this map. But then there's been Yoru, Neon, Jet, Raze, pretty much any duelist you can think of. Even in the Sentinel, I've seen Chamber here, even at the pro level. Obviously, the Killjoy is still super usable. Vice has been something I've seen here. I mean, Deadlock even. Tamu run a Deadlock here, if I remember correctly. So there's just so much that could go on in those last 2 spots.
Well, Payne wanted to run the Chamber, ran it last time here, you know, against Northwood. I think that's going to be interesting. I also think like the back and forth, right? Like when you're bringing Darkest back in, you know, that feels like you can just kind of slot in considering the like number of reps over the number of years that he's, you know, played with he's playing this trio. Yeah. No, really?
I've just shattered everybody's mind.
Huh?
Nobody had any idea.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about that. But what I am, not the worried's the wrong word, but I do think that, you know, if they go with the Chamber again, I don't see why they wouldn't when they won last time. I wonder how difficult, how easy rather it's going to be for them to kind of get that Chamber going. Because I tell you what, it is very reliant on your Chamber playing well, sure. Right? I think that's, you know, when you're playing it on this map, it is a pseudo duelist still, which is difficult.
And Payne did play very well the last time these 2 teams faced off on Fracture. Has been a little bit colder today, right? At least thus far. Of course, any map is a different map, right? I mean, Santi was hardly a consideration on Haven, and then the dude absolutely fragged on Ascent. So we'll simply have to get into Fracture. No more waiting. Let's see these agents. I know there's going to be Breaches and Brimstones and Tejos, but what else do you have for me? A Yoru for Ferbsa. That's what he played last time we were here. On the other side of things, we have the Yoru, as well as that Chamber for that extra firepower from the Sentinel.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we were kind of hoping for. It's not quite like a mirror matchup, but it's close enough, right? I think that, you know, the key difference, as we were kind of highlighting before, is Payne and how you're working around Payne as a critical part of like the fragging power compared to Benji, who, you know, is going to on a Cypher be a whole lot less active typically. I say that after watching Santi last map, and I'm still with it. I doubled down on that fact. I mean, that's what I'm going to be looking for, looking at this agent select.
Yeah, for certain. Although that being said, Benji, at least on the defense, which I believe is where Northwood will be. Northwood I believe will be starting on the defense here. On the defense, Benji's going to have a little bit better presence on the map, right? Is going to be able to hold sites a little bit more effectively, is going to be able to give a little bit more information over to Ferbsa, or Ferbsa, but also the rest of Northwood. It's a big map, and Cypher fills a lot of those gaps.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, 2 very, not all that different, but 2 different ways to fill those gaps, right? For Concordia, it's about utilizing all of their utility in order to get Payne into elevated positions, into forward positions where he can hold map control, whereas he can be, you know, Benji can be a little bit more passive in that because he, you know, has the camera, has the tripwires, can zone areas a lot more effectively. It's about, you know, an aggressive defense, you know, looking from the defensive side, since that's what you started with, an aggressive defense versus a little bit more of a slow played one on one area. Benji would be locking down. We're gonna get into it though. This is, dude, I'm excited. It feels like we're going back in time with this, huh?
This is what we wanted out of our upper final. Both these teams fighting tooth and nail to see who punches their ticket first to the final week of NECC Valorant for the spring of 2025. Fracture will be our determining factor, and Concordia get to set the pace as we get out onto map number 3.
Slow curl. Up dish and keep it on moving. Gonna run into a tripwire early though.
Stealth drone spotting presence in A main 2. That lets the other members of Concordia know, hey, the site more free for the taking. And actually, Lemur just decimating players. Northwood looked hardly prepared for that at all. What were their headphones on? Could they tell that people were running up behind them?
I mean, I think they were just worried about the, you know, 2-pronged approach that was so much of that respect being shown to the Tejo. They gotta break their way back in. Coming from the flank, and 2 from looking forward, Lemur. Good flash. Unfortunately, he misses the shot, and so Darkest is allowed time. He'll be traded, though. In with the Headhunter. And with Benji still alive, there's always a chance, a 1v1, but HP, a real problem.
Benji knows, too, where Cubby is. Has to dodge the guided salvo, and I think that just runs him out of time. Cubby with just an absolutely inhumane flank going all the way back around through Dish to win that round. That's just insane.
It's true. I mean, look at how quickly there was an attempt being made by Benji to clear out the Tejo. Like, they knew that Tejo was towards main, right? But like, Benji is on the flank fast, and he had already zipped away. He was already flanking by the time that happened. He was all about the distraction, and that's what allows for a little bit of a forward position. Allows Lemur. I think, to be fair, Lemur did TP deep in there, and that's part of why it was such a surprise. But still, a surprise nonetheless.
Northwood can't afford to be caught off guard here. Of course, they don't have much firepower in this second round, as per the norm. You all watch Valorant.
If not, I want you to tell me right now, like, how did you get here? Like, what's the story? Because that's cool. Welcome.
Honestly, love that you're here.
Yeah.
Lemur going for the flash. Spots Benji. I don't think he knows about Tuzi, though. Not that he'll never know about Tuzi. Benji just puts him down. And he grabs a second. Santi falls. Hang on. Wait, but Tuzi still wasn't spotted. So now that Benji finally gets found, Tuzi gets his day in the sun. A 4v2. I mean, better guns for Concordia, sure. A Stinger at that.
Okay.
Outlaw putting in some work. And the Stinger recovered by Tuzi, not enough. The rope's hurt here as well. Guided, I mean, yeah, the concuss. Stalling dip. He's gonna go for it, but yeah, Pain makes it a little bit less nerve-wracking for Concordia.
You know that saying, what you don't know can't hurt you? That's just not true. Who came up with that? Because they are wrong.
That is the most false saying I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of things and they hurt me daily.
Like, in that moment I realized that guy was a liar. Or gal. I don't know who came up with it, but either way, Northwood getting away with a lot. I mean, the amount of damage that they do in that round, making this bonus a little bit less effective, even though it's still going to be pretty good. That's huge.
I'm still a little worried about all these Stingers, man. Especially with this A-main fight going on. Dip's got to be careful. He's fully flashed. Darkest bails him out a bit. But Firms are not having as much fun. Dip good for a couple more. Darkest to be the one to stand tall. He knows Ostino's coming around, and he suspects that there will be one more. Oh, wait, Darkest. Buddy, I wouldn't do this if I were you. He goes up with the classic. Okay, well, that's why Darkest does it, and I wouldn't.
That's true.
He knows he's going to win that.
Yeah, I also wouldn't, but I'm also not named Darkest.
I'm not Darkest.
The circle of life, really. Northwood bailed out big time, though, by Dip. I know we're talking about Darkest there a lot, but, you know, Dip, that spray, dude, spraying with the Vandal is so tough sometimes. He's just holding mouse one. Great spray control for him to get a double.
And it's really just a question of can Ostino find a fortunate timing on Tuzi. Otherwise, I don't think he's going to have much luck here.
He has caught a timing right now.
Tuzi spots him, though, and that's pretty much... Yeah, the jig is a bit up. Benji even dodges the stun. And Northwood get through their gun. Hey, we finally start a map without somebody converting a bonus.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, it's been 9-3, both maps.
It's been 3-0 start, both maps.
That's right.
Actually, it's been 5-0 start, both maps. 6-0 even.
I was going to say, was it 7-1?
It was for Ascent, it was 6-1.
On Ascent, rather, yeah.
And I think for Haven, yeah, I think it was 7-1. Maybe it was 8-1. I don't remember.
That was a long time ago.
It was
Too long
so
ago.
many 9-3 curses ago. And by 9-3 curses, I mean not the 9-3 curse.
Ooh.
Lemur, oh, he's in some trouble. He doesn't know there's two there, but he gets away.
Oh, did he spot the second one as well?
I don't think so. I think he was just nervous about that first engagement. Ferbs are doing a great job of holding on to aiming control, too.
They're pulling him.
It's pulled a lot of players, but Ferbs is far enough up, and he's got a way out here. He's not terribly worried about it.
Great
Buddy,
utility.
TP away! You were full blind!
Yes, but he thought he was behind the wall.
Was the TP gone? Did it disappear right at that moment?
Oh, that's tragic.
That might be what happened.
I think that probably is what happened. Now, I mean, talk about a free avenue of approach. Move from A main, and now an attempt made. They're gonna swing. They're swinging for the fences here. Lemur gets another one. That's Dip gone, and it's all up to Darkest, who very effective here from this site. Particularly has a Rolling Thunder to play with.
Yeah, this is not easy. Lemur has TP below him though, and I think the aftershock covered some of that. Oh no, Darkest, buddy. It's okay. You'll get him next time.
On the plus side, this round was sort of like already lost, so that doesn't hurt that badly, but yeah, sometimes you got to take what you're given. Swing big, and unfortunately missed the mark. Another from Benji on the exit. See what he can get away with.
Yeah, I think he's just going to go for the saving of the gun. It is still early days in this map. Economy has not built up for Northwood.
I was going to say, Concordia realistically could like hunt this down if they really wanted to.
I don't think they have enough money themselves, though. This is their first full gun round after all. So I think they're just going to be content with the fact that they carry 4 guns over. They get the win here. They even have the dimensional drift up for next round.
Well, we talked about Pain as kind of a critical factor, but you know, Lemur was very close in that OT win that they won in week 6 against this Northwood team. Lemur was right there, and that's a 4-piece. Lemur just, I mean, he owns that round. That is his round.
Certainly coming to life early here. I think the judge, yeah, you know what's going to happen here. It's going to be a dimensional drift. He's going to flash. He's going to try and get something cheeky. And that probably means that Concordia are going to go very fast. I don't think we've seen really this fast of a B play from them thus far. They tiptoed around with it earlier. Certainly Benji's position will get called out by any prospective dimensional drifts. Is it just going to be the... Oh, wow. It's the TP in to give a little bit less information. Benji spotted. That bodes poorly for him. He's just going to have to run for the hills. Lemur's going for it. He's got the judge, but the spam is better. Tuzi's got the angle. He shuts down 2.
Tuzi stepping through that smoke is absurd. Gonna get away with it too. Big disadvantage now for Concordia, and even more so.
Rolling Thunder. The nail in the coffin, potentially. Although Ostino dodges it. He's only good for the one. Painfully flashed. I thought he was spotted. The spike down. I mean, all you have to do is wait. Don't peek into the op. Just wait for it to come to you, and Ferbsa does so beautifully. Northwood keeping it close.
That step through the smoke there from Tuzi, that was incredible. That was nice. When you're talking about like trying to understand the complexion of what that B hit looks like and how to adjust, I think Tuzi just understands when the TP comes in, you know, where Lemur's at and like what Lemur's plan is. So he can take the next step to adjust, because you know this is a composition, right, where you know Bruce is on this Yoru himself. Tuzi's seen this a million times.
Bruce got the op now too. Man, he is just dug into A main. Bruce has not been interested with any other corridors of the map. Lemur getting into heaven quite quickly here. Benji, this is a ratty spot if I've ever seen one. He's good for the first, though. Pulls out the shorty for more, but Pain won't let that get away from him. Tries to recover the rifle, too. Does get stopped by the Armageddon. Has to run all the way out, and Tuzi and Darkest are in. What timing, what coordination from Northwood to play off that ult.
Oh, I mean, nice shot from Pain, but it's all for naught. Northwood are back already. It's off the back of them winning such a critical round when, you know, there was so much available. Lemur gets that dimensional drift in. Tuzi changes the game, and now the B hit, tempt, all the guns falls flat too.
I mean, still orbital strike available too for Northwood. Rolling Thunder counteracting it on the other side, but Concordian don't have good guns, so. He got to roll somebody over here. Ferbs has finally edited his position. He's over in tower now. Or actually, no, he's undropped. He's playing behind box. Has to TP away when he gets stunned. He doesn't want to get rolled over by stingers. Benji just needs to trade as best he can before he gets overwhelmed. Only gets 1. Would have liked more, truthfully.
At the beginning of this plan, it's going to be difficult to know that orbital strike is available. Darkest is in the aftershock as well.
This is a bit far, though. I don't think he can actually use the orbital strike. And Armageddon picked up here. Darkus, man, how do you know that corner? How do you find that? That's so unbelievable. He's been spamming so much. He's only got 5 bullets left in his rifle, by the way. He jumps through and finds some info, alerts his teammates, uses his life prosperously before he falls, and Northwood get their first lead of the map.
That's the darkest dip. To find a little corner, a little cubby that he can just sit in, and that's the space that Concordia are trying to push forward into Darkest crosshair. It just gets the re-spray down of 2 players. That's nasty. With that as well, changing the tide. Of course, Concordia at least going to have the full purchase into this round. And they have, I mean, they have the big 2, right? This duo, the Orbital Strike and Breach Ultimate, like that. Those are the 2 ults that you need to win on this map, at least in theory.
Very much the me have sight now combo.
Yeah.
Of course, the Orbital Strike on the other side can counteract that if the timing works out. Dip, pretty far forward here, man. I'd be a little nervous of a flash. You're playing solo, too. You're spotted. Dip, please back it up just a little bit. Goes for the concuss, tries to isolate it. I wouldn't re-swing that, buddy. Now he's stunned as well. Surely gonna get chased down, but actually no, gets away. Ferb's on the flank meanwhile, picking at Concordia's back.
It was an offensive orbital strike from the defense, by the way. That allows Ferbs to this forward position to get back in here. Oh, and he's got visual on another one. Ferbs grabs him, and the team need to escape.
Swinging through the spam. If that doesn't describe the boldness of Ferbsa, I don't know what else would.
You gotta walk back.
But yeah, good luck. I mean, Benji's got the info. He's got the trap wires. This anchor is gonna be a little bit tricky to get rid of. Oh, and what timing on the salvo too. Ostino figured out all too late that Benji was waiting for him on the site. And Cubby, he's not. Yeah, I mean, you might as well tuck yourself in, Cubby. At least he gets one more.
Yeah, the kicker of this round is that Benji's actually on the site proper. You see that cam and you're thinking, okay, well, you know, we've already gotten a kill here. We pushed back dip. Surely we're gonna get the site. No, Benji's actually on the site proper for the first time like ever on this entire map.
And interesting, this is the first time out we've seen called by Santi, the player from Concordia, instead of a coach this time around. I wonder if Concordia are getting a little bit mixed up in their comms, especially, you were talking about that orbital strike to set up Ferbsa on the flank there. That feels like a moment where a lot of things get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, and honestly, that can happen regardless of whether you're doing like a good job or a bad job.
Yeah.
That is the whole point, right? That's the idea. Northwood are trying to cause chaos, and that chaos, it creates problems. Even if you're doing a good job, Concordia now, remember they go in with that incredible combo that we were talking about. Well, they walk out with it, but now they don't have the guns to follow that up. Though, I mean, with the loss bonus, their economy is going to be doing okay. I think that, you know, they needed that kill shot that last round, and they couldn't find a way to take that shot.
And we don't have perfect insight into our last match on Fracture between these two because it wasn't on stream. But we do have one, I think, somewhat telling stat that I'm going to go over. While it's an eco, mostly an eco. It's a light buy round here for Concordia. Both teams, out of the 14 rounds each team won, or at least 12. It was 12 to 14 in favor of Concordia. Both teams planted the spike in the double digits. So that leans me to believe that attack was a good side for that. Concordia trying to make it happen now, but Ferbs' off is just unbreakable.
Yeah, early dip utility too. Those guided salvos have been difficult in a main. Been very, very frustrating. Ferbs are going to catch some utility right in the face, but that's just fine. Maybe not want to use that this round.
Yeah, and the problem with that stun is even if you think that the stun hit, you can't be certain. Neymar at least good for one more. I'm not sure where Ferbs was trying to explore there.
TP
has the aftershock, can at least get some damage. Forces him off the plants and everything. There's an opening now. Yeah, Rolling Thunder. Northwood not taking any chances, but you have to know about Ostino. Eventually, Benji We'll rip him away.
My ultimate is ready.
I was a little bit bearish on that. I didn't know that we really wanted to see the Rolling Thunder utilized there, but when things got down to the wire, I think required to just ensure victory. And as you're highlighting, right, with the amount of plants last time around, that means that a lot of opportunities to win rounds on the attack side. Concordia only currently have 3, and it's 3 at the very start.
Yeah, it's only been 1 actual gun round. This has to be the game changer. They have the Judge, they've got the dimensional drift that they're gonna go for with Lemur, and then they have 2 of the most powerful ultimates in all of Valorant to back it up. If they can't win this round, I'm not sure how much more is even left for them on their attack. They're trying to break this smoke, but Dip, look how far up he is. Nobody clears that corner, and Dip's good for 1. Verbsa, though.
They've had to use it all.
To disrupt. He gets the information. Tuzi and Darkest so quick on this flank. The spike is separated. Verbsa with the shot on Cubby completely cuts everything off. And meanwhile, Payne is just wondering where his team went.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't blame him. Everything happened so quickly. You think you have that space. Concordia start to try and fly in there to the B site, but unfortunately for them, the flank comes immediately. There's no time to wait. Payne, Headhunter, always possible to try and pull something back, but it's not to be. 7 rounds and 6 in a row for Northwood. Concordia used everything there at the very beginning, and unfortunately, they lost early. The opportunity for that Rolling Thunder, too. That is beyond just the 1-for-1 there. Dip getting specifically the breach is massive.
I love the agency from Northwood there. After a timeout, you know, hey, they're going to have some big, complicated plan. They've got guns. They've got ults. They're going to want to do things a very specific way. If we sit back and let them play their game, then everything is going to go according to plan for Concordia. But if we take the fight to them, we make it scrappy, we complicate the options, then things get a lot more dicey, and they have to invest those ults to no avail. Now in this round, I mean, it's a great flash. Benji's dead to rights. Okay, there we go. Gets him eventually. Darkest just with some spam. Deals some damage at least, but still a difficult scenario here for Northwood to try and dig themselves out of.
Very difficult indeed when you talk about the control that Lemur has there up in tower. Oh, great visual though. Verbs has just acquired. Ostino dead for sure. No, the missed shot. Verbs can't afford to miss at that moment.
Uncharacteristic whiff. Santi should be dead. Okay, Darkest finds him. Now trying to dig out Cubby. Knows he's back here, but turns away at just the wrong moment. Verbsa wants to go forward, but needs to hold the angle. The giga-wide swing. Maybe the widest swing I've ever seen in my life.
Rory peek
to take Verbsa down. And Dip's good for another, but there's simply no time, even if he could get back to the site. So he'll let one more go to Concordia.
Well, that's a little bit problematic. Love how quick Lemur's getting in there. Uses the TP very efficiently. They're on the Yoru. Makes life difficult. And, you know, that's the biggest surprise, I think, of this round is Lemur's position so quickly. Certainly caught Benji off guard. And, you know, some uncharacteristic misses, sure, from Verbsa, but ones where really couldn't afford to be making those. They put it all on the line in that round.
One more round at the half. Everyone will be sitting pretty with full guns and util, it seems. Now the only question remains, where do Concordia set their sights? It looks like it's going to be an A split. They haven't tried to dig Verbsa out of this position really since he's been holding the operator. Surely would have heard that door open, so know that someone is going to be here. What goes first, though? Stealth drone from the defense. I mean, that walks Verbsa even further up. It's tricky now, but he can't quite hit the shot.
No way they're going back. No way they're going back. Dip does. And the double dip.
And Cubby's low. He doesn't want to take this fight. He doesn't have to. It's on to the rest of the members of Concordia, but Lemur's spotted. They know he TP's main, and Darkest is good for the cleanup. Northwood not letting anything else go awry. They were ready for that exact game plan. They'd seen it before.
They had indeed. And you know what, Dip? I mean, it's expected with the Teo, but he has been so consistently at the forefront of these attacks, never allowing for Concordia to sit on their laurels. Now they move on to the attacking side. 8 rounds strong. Not a 9-3.
Yeah, not quite as dire. It's not a 9-3. Dude, thanks to that one round, we avoid a 9-3 this time. But, I mean, only two gun rounds won by Concordia.
Yeah, and one of those...
Were it not for the pistol, it would have been worse than a 9-3.
One of those, I'm considering an oopsie by Northwood. One of those. Because they had stingers on that round.
Yeah.
That gun round, quote-unquote.
This time around, I mean, Northwood doing a good job expecting Payne to get walked up for A main. Just using one smoke to counteract the flashes and the little traps that have been set up there. Stealth drone pushing Lemur back too. A lot of control on the south side of the map for Northwood.
I think it's control that they're just gonna move back into. Oh my goodness, Santi just finds that turn. Darkest had no clue that this was possible. I'm wondering if there was a smoke here a moment ago and it just faded. That's got to be what happened. Furbsa is watching and waiting. Anything more?
The smoke though knows Furbs is there, and the reinforcements weren't even on their way. Instead, trying to take advantage of the space Benji had created, but Benji can't wrap around. He couldn't clear rope. Instead, he'll have to clear defender spawn. Now he clears rope, but there's one waiting up sand. Perfect timing from Tuzi. Waits for his moment and strikes.
Dude, yeah, Benji's got to be floored that there's another guy there. I mean, they just got done, like, attacking B with everything they had, and somehow there's, like, 3 a day. That is mind-boggling if you're Northwood. The story that was being told there, just not tracking, but that's a pistol round that Northwood will take and love.
And to that point, actually, it can be a little bit difficult. If Concordia can have time to find their footing here, I mean, between Lemur and Payne, they have a lot of ability to just quickly relocate and rotate.
It's true. Big opportunity to do that, but you have to...
Santi, what are you doing, man? Don't do this, please.
He's getting
if
goofy.
You get one, my heart will break.
Yes, he will. He's got to get one. Yeah, let's go, Santi.
Okay, at least he gets traded back. Furbs, you could tell, not letting that one slide. Payne here in a pretty tricky spot, too. Yeah, they didn't even have to know he was there. They just spammed that box. Where else would he be hiding?
How does it feel to be perma-blind forever?
That is the fracture comp in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of blinds.
Breach your route? Yeah. If only there were strong enough sunglasses for these blinds.
Yeah, I don't think there is. Maybe Teo has them.
I don't think so. I don't believe that is a Teo passive. Immune to blinds would be a little strong.
A little.
A little.
A lot.
Cubby's at least recovered a bulldog, but there's no time and he gets flat. Yeah, see, he had to turn the flash, so it didn't work. Shucks.
Darn. It's into 4. I'm not making it. Yeah, I'm not making a big deal of it yet because Concordia, this is their one opportunity. This is where they have to turn the tides. They do not have time to play around. They do not have time to make mistakes anymore.
And it's not enough to win this round. It has to be clean because Northwood have that much of a lead now.
6 rounds can fly by, but it's got to start here and now.
And again, look just how willing to wait Northwood are. They want to figure things out. I mean, Dish, they're actually trampling through. Never mind. But everywhere else, they're just making sure that nothing too feisty is happening. Here comes the dimensional drift. Lemur, yeah, he's going to put down that gate crash. He knows he's only here as long as Furbsa allows him to be. Furbsa gonna use the flash, just force Santi out of A main too. I mean, Furbsa cleared almost everything to set up for this, but it's taken some time. The rotates are through, and Santi is repositioned onto the site to assist Lemur. Darkest leaping through the smoke.
What?
I mean, Bold somehow got one. But Santi is shutting this down. Good for a third already. 4, unbelievable. Can he make it the ace? Benji is last target, but no, Benji keeping it dicey. A good flash, but a better cage. Benji, he gets away. He has the spike. He can just plant B and make it a 2v1.
Oh, does he get fancy with it? He gets around the corner. Doesn't even take the fight. And to be fair, Concordia really need to be playing this together. They don't have any opportunity. On Benji. Oh, this reposition towards Canteen is nasty.
Wait, the timing here. They don't clear him. Will Benji push his luck? Will he walk into them?
He's gonna get the first here. No way that they're gonna clear this.
But they're taking the long path too. They have
never
some time.
mind.
They want to clear all the way through arcade.
If you
and once
clear
they do that, they should know about the reposition, or at least know that it's possible. But the time is running low, and there's so many angles to clear. The first one, Benji couldn't quite get it. It takes some time, and he just narrowly whiffs the clutch. Concordia stay in the match, but it is only Pain left standing.
Oh man, Benji, he put himself in the perfect position. His aim just failed him at the last moment. Valiant effort, but a loss on the round. Good news here for Northwood is that, you know, they had money. So that was their bonus. This one is the real deal for Concordia.
Look how much damage they did. Cubby can't even afford a real rifle.
Yeah, it's bad news. It's all of that and more.
Two light armors as well.
I mean, that I can get behind a little bit more. That one's not the worst, but you want Cubby to have a gun in this round.
Sure. Just stacking disadvantages for Concordia in a round that's so pivotal. At least they have some potent ults, the dimensional drift for info when they need it. An unbelievably early orbital strike. I cannot agree with that one.
No, I just feel like they want the surprise factor there. That's the hope. They think, okay, Northwood, you're going to do something interesting, and they did. They stacked up. There was so many people there, but there's no way that's going to work.
Neural theft illuminating the defenders. Darkest. He can even chase onto Santi if he wants here. The second ping, he knows where Santi's standing. Santi at least holding the line for that, but Benji will trade his buddy back quickly. A 2v5 pretty much for Concordia's hopes. I mean, there's a couple of rounds left to play. But how much more steam is in the tank? And look at this, man. Dip in the perfect spot.
Oh.
Knowing Dip, he might even go for the knife here. No, he's going to keep it sturdy.
No.
Plays with his food a little bit, but eventually bites and swallows.
You know, I really think you're right. I don't think that changes I don't think the round is over there because of that early orbital strike. What I do think is that Concordia, they're feeling the pressure, and that's the pressure getting to them. Overwhelming. Yeah,
exactly.
The problem is that they're not confident in playing, you know, for the slant pass. They want that Hail Mary. They think that's the only thing that can get them over the line, and unfortunately, they're not Aaron Rodgers.
No one else is. Now, I mean, reduced to stingers here. Lemur will do the only thing he can, tuck himself into a corner and hope it doesn't get cleared efficiently. Good for one. TP's away. That's about as well as he could have hoped that to go.
I mean, that's fantastic, all things considered. I'm loving it. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the reality that the A site's under attack, and there's just no way to defend it.
Yeah, it'd be tricky. Man, you know what would come in handy here? A strike of the orbital variety.
It's okay. It's too bad we don't have any of those. It never did.
Dip does get spotted. Lemur teeing up his buddy for a swing. Yeah, not much Dip could do there, actually. The util coordination from Concordia has been potent. Tuzi, do you really want to fight for right now? Oh, I'm not so certain, buddy. And Santi's behind you. You got to clean him up. Wasn't even aware Lemur was out so fast, and Concordia in the blink of an eye have flipped it back.
I mean, Lemur has just been creating opportunities. That coordination that you were talking about was phenomenal, but you know, he had to hit the shots, and to follow that back up, yeah, that last one was a little freebie, spam through the smoke, but regardless, Northwood put into uncomfortable positions. That early kill from Lemur, so valuable for him to get the kill and then escape. That is everything in that round.
Lemur's a beacon of light right now for Concordia's St. Paul. But how much fuel can they add to his fire? Now that the dimensional drift is gone, he won't be able to do that 2 rounds in a row. The good news is, he might not have to. Northwood looking pretty broke right now. Yep, what's that? What we got going on there, man?
He got extra cash. He just got extra cash.
Bro, his buddies don't.
I know. That could be an op next round.
Where do you use the Odin on this map?
On it? Okay.
I mean, spamming through the, plant box on B? That is...
No. Here's what you do.
That and, top A is all I can think of. Meanwhile, yeah, Pain just bonks him.
You use your teammates as bait.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to. It was good for about 20 damage onto one player. Verbso was, I mean, a nice flash, but good movement there from Astino to get away from that. Yeah, Dip, I really don't know what we were doing with this one, buddy. It was fun, but wasn't necessary.
No, definitely not. Maybe the spam through the smoke. Like,
Hey, look, suddenly it's 7-11. Look, Northwood still on the front foot. Don't get me wrong. 4 rounds ahead. 3 phenomenal ultimates, but Concordia are clawing their way back into this.
yeah, I mean, all it took was that one thrifty round. I mean, that changes everything. You catch them flat-footed, and with not a whole lot, stingers in hand. Concordia break them back. The big 3, though, right now for Northwood.
Yeah.
His ultimates are...
Certainly
they should be unstoppable on the attack, truly.
It is Northwood's round to lose. Or it should be, based on the resources they have at their disposal. Not playing as much on the map as we have seen previously from them. Dip and Benji clearing out A main. They'll find it uninhabited. Man, are Northwood going to go all the way under B and try to wrap A? No, certainly not. I mean, Benji's tucked in to try and find a ambitious flank, but this ends B. No doubt about it. Even the ping's coming in.
As if there was a doubt before.
Is that going to be the Armageddon, do you think? That direction of it?
I think so.
Ferbsa crosses under rock and clears it. Yep, there's that Armageddon heading toward them.
That
giving
reclearing to be
Ferbsa
made.
opportunity and room. That clears dang near everything.
Dude.
As Dip finds Santi on an unbelievable angle and spam.
I think Santi was in the smoke there, by the way.
Ferbsa clocking Ostino too, but blown away by the Armageddon. Hold on! Benji's team has been obliterated. The spike is down. He's got to get over here. And Cubby's just watching for him. He knows. He knows. He knows.
I don't understand how it's possible that Dip found that kill and then Cubby brings that back. That Armageddon was so perfect.
And
out of
Northwood
nowhere
used both the Armageddon and the Rolling Thunder to get that sight.
And it should have been enough. I truly believe that. Call it now.
Now
Is this...
You're calling it now?
Is it?
I was thinking it, but I didn't want to jinx it.
I mean, no jinx. I'm just saying, I think this is overtime. I smell it.
All right. If we're not overtime, you've jinxed it and you owe everyone in the chat an apology.
I don't know no one an apology.
Northwood with just stingers in their hands. Stingers and sheriffs, that is. I mean, Tour de Force is certainly good for one here. Darkest. Oh, he's actually going to flash this. Good on Dark. Oh, maybe not. Timing? Timing?
Perfect.
Pain don't get timing? He got hurt, too. That's a little bit dicey.
Perfect moment for Payne to pick up the pace, though. I mean, Lemur has been, you know, the difference maker. Big moment for Tejo in that last round for Cubby.
Actually, between Dip and Benji, Concordia are certain that this is coming to the A site. But Payne, I mean, unless he gets a nasty collat here, he might get more than he bargained for. His rendezvous isn't even up. He has to fall off. He just can't hold the angle. Calling
It's
it
going
back over
back.
now. Timing here is excellent for him. Breaking Ferbsa is huge. Now no one to TP on the site, break those sight lines. He dodges the stun as well and gets away. Perfect timing and positioning from Payne. He delivers what his name would you expect him to. Nope, that's not English. Thank you, Payne.
He's got everything. A shorty, a headhunter, and a Tour de Force. It's nasty. I mean, I said this would be a perfect time for Payne to step up. A difficult position for him to be in with a ton of players coming through onto his screen. And he dodges out on that utility perfectly. The fault line can't touch him. The rendezvous allows him the flexibility. That's a wonderful round here from the chamber.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Vincent. I'd kind of like to see a timeout for Northwood right now. I don't know if that's in the cards. Timeouts for them are few and far between. They're sparse, only when things are truly going haywire.
I just don't think that Northwood
feel
feel
out
like
of control, though.
I don't think the Northwood feel like things have gone horrifically wrong for them. You know, they've lost some what they would probably consider to be unlucky rounds. That one they're not even thinking about. You know, I think that, you know, only after this round would there even be the question of a timeout. And at that point, too late, probably.
Who's next?
Instead, Northwood full on the send it train. Dimensional Drift trying to carry Ferbs' teammates all the way through Arcade and Tower. Spots a quite hefty number of players on the B site. Santi, I mean, where does he go? Where does he stand? He swings and is good for one. Hello. I mean, Darkest at least trading back on the site. Ostino, I mean, there's no way he survives with 3 HP. A 2v2. Lemur wasting no time as well. Just going for it. Hey, that's 2 players. I know you have the ult edge right now, but now they have the neural theft. They know that you're momentarily alone. This flash has to be huge. It catches 1, 2! And Concordia are within spitting distance of Northwood.
Right now, Concordia's decision-making on an individual level is absolutely stunning. They are making every right play. We talked about Payne in the last round. Well, this time it's Lemur, not ever giving a moment there for Northwood to breathe, to take some time to actually get a spike down or even make decisions of their own. Lemur is in their face. He is W-keying in order to get that information, because that is what's valuable, that information, understanding what Northwood are trying to do. That's Lemur taking charge of this game.
It's flow state for Concordia. No room to doubt. No hesitation. Even here, Payne forward.
Whoa!
For the collat! He takes them both!
You're not serious. This can't be real. Northwood, they can't get out of their own way in that moment. A double for Payne. He's blinded. He can't see. And now they try and bring this back.
Divine guidance, forcing that bullet into both Ferbsa and Darkest. And it's left Northwood just pondering.
Hold on a second.
What else could they possibly do?
They've got some space here.
They got some space. Lemur's watching for it, though. He's got the jiggle peek. Benji thinking about it, considering the jiggle peek. Playing for more contact here. But it's a 2v3. The stun and everything. Tuzi doesn't have a good enough gun. They're just going to have to smoke, plant, and hope that Dip can get back to them in time after getting another pick.
Ooh, and don't actually force them off. The guided salvo doesn't actually connect. Aftershock going to clear out an angle as they flood back into the site. Concordia looking to move forward with Tuzi down. It's all up to Benji, who's on the site. Quick response from Dip as he's getting back into play, but he's just too little too late. Payne making it a triple after the collect to start the round. It's 11 apiece. Northwood, they get to 11, but they can't take a step further.
It has been all Concordia this half. I mean, it's mirroring the last half.
Oh, and here it is.
Beat for beat. These teams are just reflections of each other. The 9-3 starts on both their own map picks. The conversion of the pistol, the carrying that through to a map victory. And even here, Northwood win the first pistol. The only round they really lose for the majority of that first half was the very first gun round for Concordia. The same flips back the other direction. Finally, the timeout called as we are tied on the precipice of either overtime or one of these teams winning 2 rounds in a row and getting straight to the grand finals.
I think Concordia are in position, we'll put it that way, to make this happen. Look at the ultimates. We know exactly what we've been talking about, the win conditions that these usually allow. You can play passively. You can allow a site to be taken because the retake ability with both the Rolling Thunder and the Orbital Strike is incredible.
Okay, just one small request, Santi. Don't slam it on an orb. Please save it for something a little bit more dire than that. Especially, I mean, wait. Oh no, Santi's on the other side of the map. I was gonna say this A main looks like it's gonna get pretty feisty. I mean, stuns, missiles flying, clone going in. But Northwood don't commit. They let the util do its job, and they see that there is quite a bit of resistance.
I can't believe Lemur doesn't TP out there, in addition to the fact that he's allowed to get away with that. Oh, here, they're already, Concordia are prepped for this attack.
Stun at the ready. Ferbsa, lucky he didn't take another step to his left, or else he would have been caught out in the open. But Northwood still fighting for this. That's another flash invested from Ostino, but he still has one and the Rolling Thunder remaining. What a timing for Ferbsa to find, though. Lemur doesn't know what hit him. Now it's on Cubby and Ostino playing side by side. What is that swing? Hello? I've never seen something so ludicrous. Payne now stunned. He's not going to be able to get into position in time. And he's still worried that it's coming A. But what a call. Benji's free and clear on the B site. That half of the map is his.
I mean, money's perfect here. There's no point in saving this up, but I feel like it's that over in this round. Even with the fact that they've got the orbital available. Oh, and, I mean, irrelevant now. Payne, gone. Santi, 1v4 attempt. Still gonna poke his nose in. He's got the cash.
Simply impossible. Darkest is here. He spots his gun. And Northwood will not be denied a chance at either overtime or the grand finals. They guarantee they will not lose here. The silver lining for Concordia, they kept those very pivotal ultimates. Maybe I would have liked to see Ostino throw in that Rolling Thunder, but at least it's still in his pocket. A timeout following up the timeout. Northwood just took. I said reflections of each other, Vincent. Did you not hear me?
I certainly did. In defense of Ostino and not tossing that Rolling Thunder in, they never knew how deep Northwood was rolling there on A. Yeah. Like, they had no idea. So
I mean, they might have even thought it was just Ferbsa up like that.
And I think that's part of the reason why, as stupid and silly as that Cubby swing looks, in retrospect, that's definitely what they thought.
Yeah. They were anticipating that they would be able to leap in and the second player would be able to get Ferbsa, but Northwood not leaving their duelist out to dry. Now it all comes down to this. Will we get the absolute most perfect run back ever with another over and Havens? My computer lagged out a little bit there. My GPU wasn't happy with the story I was trying to set up. But the point is, overtime possibly in the cards, but Concordia need to convert.
I think our producer overlords weren't happy either. Overtime indeed seems likely. Unless Northwood can close. Back towards A main. They look to fight their way through.
Santi needing to get out of this one. Yeah, I think that's the smarter play. Dodging away. The first time I've ever seen a stim really assist. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Ferbsa leaps out of it. But Benji's already fallen. There's not much of another lane for Northwood to take advantage of. Not like last round.
Well, I mean, they tossed it in. I mean, that was all about the bait, right? Northwood hoping to bait that out. They pay for it heavily. That it's now a 4-on-5.
Payne on it. He knew he had to be good for that. Now it's a 5v3. Payne? No way you get the timing here. He tries. Field goals between Ferbsa and Darkest. Or not Darkest, Dip rather. But it works out either way. Armageddon at the ready to try and counteract the other team's Armageddon, honestly. It doesn't stop the plant, though. It's a little bit too deep, and now Dip lets it fly.
Up ahead of this, though.
Ferbsa, knowing he had to go for something there in a 3v5, you need to be a hero. But he couldn't quite manage it. 1v5 stuck in the smoke. Not on your life, Dip. Overtime was destined for fracture.
It just seemed like it. It seemed likely, and Concordia, they pull it off. Absurd that they lose out so heavily. They get baited out into those ultimates, but they get the man advantage, and that's ultimately what pushes them forward. Even the fact that, you know, defensively they missed the mark on trying to deny with the Armageddon. They just win every fight in the process.
And now, by and large, ultimates fall to the wayside. Coordination, teamwork, mechanics, aim. Those will be the defining factors of who arrives in the NECC Valorant Grand Finals first. Concordia back on the attack. Neither team having much fun on their attacking side. And I just like to point out, literal exact mirror on the round by round there. Ferbsa here needs to absorb this. Good with the clone, using both flashes quite early. Picks one off, swings for more. Maybe wishes he wouldn't.
Could have saved it. Saved himself, maybe, for something a little bit later, but slow it down. Still going to be hitting A, though.
Ostino going down is excellent, though, because that's, I mean, the fault lines, the flashes, you don't have to worry about those as much anymore. And I believe it was Lemur who committed a lot of his flashes in the early fray there. So that's why you see he's going off to explore other echelons of the map, because he doesn't have the util to assist his team clearing A main anymore.
Actually, Seeb's going to join him. It's only going to be Pain.
Flashes, actually, I misspoke. Santi catching
What?
dip.
Camera taken.
Who's on the zip?
Bizarre. Benji, though, reading it right back. So now A has to be the name of the game for Concordia. They're kind of low, too. A lot of spam from Ferzo. What a swing from Doozy. Can't quite knock down all three, but Darkest will finish the job.
And so that early commitment, the question marks that we kind of had for whether or not that was the right move from Ferbsa, I think it creates so much difficulty for Concordia the rest of that round. They never have a clear avenue. They never know what they want to do. They just keep testing the waters everywhere. And Northwood searching, but despite dip falling without any sort of response available, still Concordia come away unsuccessful.
It was a 14-12 in favor of Concordia, so Northwood have at least denied that. But will they be able to completely flip the script, get this right here, right now? Ostino going for some spam, forced away by Amali. Payne, glass cannon operator. Has to take the right angle. He gets spotted. He can't hit the shot. That's the first man fallen for Concordia. Now it's all on the retake. Lemur should be spotted. He had to break the tripwire coming up on the flank too. So Ferbsa wants to push into the spawn, knowing that someone's coming from the flank. The stun though, stopping him from going. Tuzi trades him out. How long can they hold? The timing here is important. Darkest has somehow gotten the rolling thunder, but he's leaving his team to bleed out on the site to try and make use of it at the very end. Going for the stall rather than the frag.
Great, time's starting to expire. This might be the right play. That rolling thunder gonna finally get activated.
There's no way they know Benji is here. This is the angle Lemur came from. He's good for 1, 2, and it's all on Lemur's shoulders. A dimensional drift, but he doesn't have the time to use it. He has to go for it, and that's just not gonna happen. Missiles force him off. Dip is right here, and Northwood get their revenge.
Oh my goodness, the fact that they've got the rolling thunder and it's exactly like it was before, but instead of 14-12 for CSP, it's against them. Grand finalists are Northwood University once again here in the NECC. That is insanity that they pull that back. And after
my heart rate's up, Vincent.
I mean,
my heart rate's up, man.
It's off the charts. Concordia looked like they had brought them back. Not looked like, they had brought it back. And it's just not enough there at the very end. Oh, what a valiant effort. And look at how thin the margins are too. Like everybody for Northwood is fragging.
What a cool contrast from our first couple of maps where, you know, on map 1, Ferbsa just steamrolls. On map 2, Santi controls the game. But here on map 3, all 10 of the players in this lobby had hero moments. All 10 of them were clutch. All 10 of them made mistakes. All 10 of them played their absolute hearts out. This is Valorant at its finest, folks, here in Collegiate. And I'm just so glad that we got to walk through that together, Vincent. What a series. Congratulations to Northwood. And for our Concordia St. Paul Blue fans, they are not out of the running. They could go for the even saltier run back against Northwood in the grand finals. They'll go down to the lower bracket. They'll play the winner of, I believe, today's matchup, or the winner of possibly 2 matchups from today. Winner of tomorrow's matchup. Yeah. We got confirmation. Thank you to our wonderful producer. Thank you, Vincent, by the way, for being here with me. Our amazing observer as well reached at. She always kills, and she was catching everything there. Just top to bottom, everybody showed up today.
Yeah, and like you were kind of alluding to, CSP, it should be the winner of Tamu and Baker Swarm, I think, by the looks of things. Which is a spicy lower round matchup, I just gotta be honest. So a lower final that's definitely there to deliver as well. I think my takeaway, though, is that Darkest is still the GOAT at the end of the day.
Yeah, he do be goated. You do be goated. Gotta love Darkest. I love seeing, I mean, basically the original Northwood on their full 5, hitting their stride once again. They simply never cool off. They never let anything go.
Yeah, I'm down to see more of that. Unfortunately, the end though of tonight. We have so much more all week long. We're running this one. We've got a ton of fun coming up tomorrow. We got Smash Ultimate, and following that, a Rainbow Six on Wednesday, Rocket League for Thursday, Overwatch on Friday, and you know what? We got a special 3 p.m. Saturday CVAL CLOL duo. You and I are going to be back for that one. It's going to be a whole lot of fun with grand finals coming up in the next week as well. So we've been having a great time. That time is over, though, for tonight. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace out, and have a good one.
What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. He's dead. He ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't watch it. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. You just can't. What do you mean you can't?
He won't let go.
What do you mean he won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there. No, just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach. Hug him up.